when you get past, okay? We need to do some running around. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, there's a jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
Direction, choose your own path.
You know, this is the home of We Major, Me Frosty, Unfamous, and the restricted clothing brands. Let's get it.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention, stay alert, and remember, choose your own path.
Yo, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. You can hear the same team. This fantastic Big Aaron in the building. What up, fellas?
Yo, what up?
What's going on?
We still on travel, but we making our way home today and all that. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all pray, put some praise in the air. We got a lot of people flying and shit like that. How was y'all weekend?
It was great, man. Saw lots of family, ate lots of food. Had my aunt turned 95 today. One of 12, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
95?
Yeah, she had a birthday party. Her daughter threw her birthday party yesterday. She's one of 12. My grandmother's sister. 8 girls, 4 boys. 3 are left living. The oldest one is 95.
That's what's up, man. Jeez Louise.
And they all pass in their 90s. They all live a long time.
Yeah. That's a blessing, man. 95. I'm gonna do it 95 years.
I don't even know, bro. And she's like still mentally sharp as a tack, man. She's sitting there, she's sharp, shit, quicker on the draw than me, shit.
My great grandma was 94. She still had all her teeth. She was walking, but she fell once. She was going about 6 months. They can't fall. Like, you can't fall.
Yeah.
Fall, bro. She still had her teeth. She drank a 6-pack of Milwaukee's Best a day. And do snuff. They call it, snuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, snuff. Yeah. That's worse than
yeah. Still had all that teeth, man. You'd be like, wait a minute. So I thought they said this shit was bad.
Yeah.
Old folks tell you, man. Hey, they have a ham sandwich every morning. Smoke a pack of cigarettes. Drink a bottle of liquor a week, and 97 years old.
The oldest for a long time, the oldest living World War II veteran was a black man named Mr. Overton. He smoked cigar. He started his day with a cup of coffee with 2 shots of bourbon in it and a cigar every day.
My grandfather, he lived till he was 85. My great grandfather, and he drank a fifth of Beefeater every 2 days.
Yeah.
Beefeater gin. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yeah.
He used to drink, what's that shit called? Orange. It got orange juice and gin. It's
gin and juice.
They call it screwdriver.
Screwdriver, yeah.
No, that's vodka.
Well, at least
we can tell y'all don't drink.
Not to take none away from your granddad, okay, your great granddad. But if you would have said Seagram's, you need to fucking collect that nigga's blood, okay? He's drinking Those Seagrams.
Naughty head, yeah.
Is it? Well, motherfucker, tell me, hey, motherfucker, pull that Seagrams out. Hey, brother, you got it. Hey, brother.
Yeah, naughty head is.
That's another level of drink, brother.
Yeah, not the secret. He had that Beefeater. I think Beefeater was pretty good gin. I think.
It is a good gin.
And Tanqueray, Beefeater, Tanqueray, and I think it's some other one that's like,
Bombay.
I hate gin, bro. I hate that shit. Like, yo, my worst night ever was on gin, son. Niggas had to carry me. I should never again, bro. That's even the smell of gin messed me up.
Me too.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel. Also, see in the chat real quick. Lionel was popping. I'm gonna check out those videos you sent me too. DJ Smoke. Oh yeah, I put it on members only. You could get the membership. It's only on the second tier, but I'm premiering the part that everybody want to see for the ride at 5. So it premieres at 4:00 Eastern for y'all ride home. That was some diabolical shit, bro. I ain't never. Yo, y'all gotta watch that shit. Crazy, man. Yo, your girl, your wife, the girl you like, all that male friend shit. If y'all after y'all watch that premiere, I hope y'all throw that shit out your head. Whoever the niggas is that's trying to consider that, trying to be woke, I told y'all about that shit.
This nigga ain't got no leverage, bro. This nigga ain't got no choice. I wish a bitch would play with me like that, bro.
Yo, but he got a dick though, Mr. Fantastic. And one thing we do know from Scarface is you got your word and your balls. Emphasis on balls. Even God told Job grab his nuts. Yo, you allowing that type of shit make you a eunuch, nigga. Miss Jilly, what's good? Miss Jilly in the chat. Vet Life was popping. Insane in the building. Little Rock was goody. D Majesty salute. Ock was popping. O'Shea was goody. Sword in the building. Angel in the building. CJ was popping. Almond Eyes, good morning. Rebecca, salute. Lionel, once again, I'm gonna check that stuff out that you sent me. CJ, what up, kid? Good to see you. Fish in, good morning. Zeke, Shalom, Ock was popping. He knows in the building. I ain't see you in a couple of days, good brother. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Mrs. Locks putting in work. That's always a blessing. Oh, Kurt, you was there from start to finish. Yo, Keisha was goody. Salute. Let me see. Quincy, salute to the OGs in the building, man. Appreciate you as always. Thanks for the inspiration in the morning in the workout room. Anna was goody with the $2. Hand, panel, and chat. Salute to Anna in the building. Hope all is well. Very good to see you, man. Let me see. My brother Fo in the building. You already know. Fo don't put down. He putting down the HQ show for our show as he speak. The Might Be Risky theme, the women's POV. He did the super perspective. And Miss Fantastic, you might have heard of her name. Her channel called Didi Reactions. A pretty big channel. It's like a couple 100,000 subscribers. She hit me. She said, "Yo, where'd you get that song from?" My man did it for me. So instantly, Fo got in cahoots for her. He put a jingle together for her channel. She loved it. She used it yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Fo, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. So if y'all want, I'll give y'all his email. But if you want a jingle or something like that, somebody email me. I can get y'all in contact with him. Get busy, man. Sporties was popping. Salute. Let me see. And Rand Shalawam was goody. Nightbot putting in work. That's always good. Let me see. Strada was goody. SPS in the building. Salute to them brothers, Strada, Bino, CJ. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go Wody. Make sure y'all go like, share, and subscribe. They've been putting in great work over there. You heard? Key was popping. Orchid, salute. Yo. Okay, Bob. We're gonna drop the link. I don't think we're gonna be here too long today though. Ordy was good. Good to see you. Was popping. Mel, you already know. Let me see. They can throw it in the building. Salute, my brother. Can I get everybody? Jay Tillman was good. We ain't even that late today. Straight. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. that helps the channel the most. Man, this is fantastic, man. How you cook this up, man? What was you seeing? What's happening in the earth that we need to really understand?
With me.
Well, yeah, man. It seems to be that this hyper fixation with certain types of fatigue, and it's just crazy to me as to where the most important of fatigues we keep overlooking and nobody's talking about. The media isn't pushing these things, or really outside of the political thing. One specific type of files, which happens to have nothing but Democrats in it. But that's another thing for another day. But yeah, man, it seems like the most important, the children, everybody, the people that everybody's supposed to protect. And I don't think people understand children are the most abused. Women get all this attention talking about, domestic violence and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. But children are abused way more than what women are. And we know that at the end of the day, women can defend themselves. A child can't. So that's how this came about.
Word is born. Yo, when you brought this topic, there was a couple of things that came past my timeline. And I can't even take credit for this. I didn't even know Trigger Mike at this time, right? And I saw him say, it was like a short or something. And he's like, when kids get kidnapped? When they ain't with their daddies. And when you sent this topic, this popped out in my head, and I saw this clip, right? Because what you are talking about is one thing that we were talking about in terms of violent crime, remember?
Yeah.
And how this sexual predatory shit, right? This pedophilia and molestation and all this and rape is parsed out from violent crime.
Yep.
Conveniently. And at the wake of just the whole Charlie Kirk shit, that other shit that we saw the last couple of weeks with the black fatigue, Media Man was probably, you and Media Man probably, maybe I think Media Man did a whole show on it, but then y'all really start looking like, wait. You painting these narratives, you know what I'm saying? But you excluding a lot of information. And we guilty of it too with the FBI 2019 crime statistics. But there's a whole lot of things that ain't been considered, in terms of what violence is and these violent crimes and painting to see who's the most violent people,
Yeah. And you know what, Hamp, like I said, and the whole thing is that, and let me say this, man. I understand there's two conversations to be had. Okay. There's a conversation. We say this all the time. If you and my man's, me and you got a problem, so on and so forth, whatever, what have you, you know what I'm saying? If you fighting, I'm fighting.
Yeah.
When it's time to fight, we fighting. But now we get back, I may have to fight your ass. I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out, being like, hey, yo, you wilding. But during the time of the situation, hey, we standing 10 toes down because you're my man's.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll say I lacked in the when that conversation started happening, because me, I'm all about straight black men and boys, advocacy, empowerment, all these different things. And shout out to Medium Man, because that narrative has to be fought, bro. Because when we say black people, even though whatever, it's still, that's the one thing where black men are put at the head and at the front. Violence, criminality, so on and so forth. So that's the brand they're trying to put on us. Well, okay, mind you, everybody commits crimes, right? But if we're really going to look at this, how and why, we only looking at the drive-by shootings, we all looking at the gang violence, but all of this stuff, child crimes and forced sexual crimes, to where the gap. I looked at it the other day, Hamp. The gap between homicides was like less than 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to child molestation and forcing people to do sexual acts, it's like 3 times different.
Damn.
So how, what I'm saying, in on the other side.
Yeah.
So how do we only want to focus on something to where the parity is very, very close, or very slim, right? But then when it gets to the parity where there's this huge gap, we don't ever want to talk about that.
The shit it's crazy. And we let it go on for a long time. and I just put this video out. We've been either allowing or been willing to be cannon fodder, right? To be the face of some shit when you just, and what you illustrated needs to be addressed ASAP, and even more so. Because the kids can't protect themselves.
Yeah.
So this video, and I'll bring it up on the big screen. And now we understand, right? Things can happen, dad there or not, right? But we're looking at mitigating factors, you know? And like you said, fighting those narratives resonates, you know? I think we have to be cognizant of, I don't know, of all of it. But let me just play this video real quick. And then we'll get into some of the examples you're talking about.
Millennial dads are some of the best dads that I have ever seen, hands down. And just even looking like at the fact that I don't have my dad in my life, and really almost none of my friends do either. I think I have like one friend that has her dad and has a good relationship with her dad. But then I look at my son and my friends' kids, and they all have their dads and they have good relationships with their dads. Like the millennial dads are not playing. Like they cooking dinners, they doing the shopping, they doing, their daughter's hair, they doing school pickups. Like they are active and they are there and they don't miss a beat. And I love that for our kids. And I love that you guys have changed the narrative. Like big ups to y'all. Big ups to y'all. Big ups to my husband. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to my friends, partners, and husbands and children's fathers. Like, bro, like y'all are changing the narrative.
This shit popped up when you first presented this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now,
this is what I always say. I would come home and tell my wife, just talk to people. I even said on the panel, like, what is this narrative that people are talking about black fathers being lousy fathers? When I go to school, I'm like, we're everywhere. I drop my daughter off, you know what I mean, or whatever the case is. It's more black men than black women. We all dapping each other up. What's up, man? You know what I mean? Parent teacher night. When we go to sports occasion, it's black men everywhere, either with the mom or just him and the kid. Maybe mom's working or whatever. But I don't see. When I go to school, I'm like, where are all of these? I'm expecting to see me being the only cat there, and all these kids with all these women, and I don't see it.
The obvious retort is, what demographic do you live in?
Okay, mixed to white, but even then, I'm talking about I'm singling out what I'm seeing as black men. I mean, I do see white men,
My bad.
I'm singling out black men.
Income demographic.
Oh, yeah, we're not in the hood. Okay.
I think no, I'm not rendering what you're saying. I'm just saying, right, that would be the pushback.
Yeah, it's all to consider. Well, it's a shame that we're good dads because we can afford to be, but I mean, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, the other thing from CNN was 65% of black men are in the middle class.
Well, there you go. Right. Okay. That's another way to look at it.
So what you're saying, if there's kind of an income component, still may be justified if that CNN report. I saw it on CNN when that was said.
No, that's accurate. Again, the majority of black men specifically are middle class or above. So again, a lot of these narratives, HAMP, like I said, we got to start attacking these things head on. And again, we already said it, man. Media Man is really on top of it. Shout out to him. He's literally goes down and like I said, the things that niggas say didn't happen. He's pulling up the TV shows from the 80s to where you had all these dynamics and things that were said. He's talking about specific authors and specific points to where things were said and they're still being used. We can't have a conversation up here, right? And let's say we pull up some shit like FBI statistics 2019. Oh, that's 5 years old. That's 5 years old. All right, brother. Granted, you're right. Let me see if I can find something. 2023. I don't think a lot of people understand too. Usually, you're for one, you only do the census every 4 years. So census data is usually really solid, but you got to wait every 4 years for it. And just because it's the fourth year doesn't mean it's automatically going to be out. You feel me? So other things or whatever, like as soon as 2025 is over, you don't have all the 2025 data. You have to wait at least a year or a year some change for us to get the accurate data and everything to get parsed out for us to know for sure what's going on. So you're not going to have accurate. Go ahead, Aaron. My bad.
No, I was going to say, but wait though, because even when I'm in the hood, like I see young brothers pushing these strollers across the street and shit like that. Or you know what I mean? When I'm around family that are less fortunate and friends that are less fortunate, I still see these young brothers in there with their kids. You know, they'll go out to the car, roll one up, put it in the air, come back in the house, kids running around. They're pushing their kids to the damn bodega and shit, and you know what I mean, carrying one, pushing the other one in the bodega, going to go get a pack of wraps, come back to the car. I see it all the time. It just dawned on me.
Yeah. So and now I was saying what the retort would be, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Here's the ill thing, and I you know what? I am gonna speak it into existence, Aaron. I ain't gonna say it. You know, I see it often too, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit, I do it, and I ain't special.
Right.
Just your kids. Who the fuck else can do it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even like a thought.
Right.
You know, like and I think that our age group, our involvement is different because of what we maybe did or didn't have that we see the value in. Like for instance, those moments. So my dad used to be out a lot, so but the moments that mostly resonate is like when I'm playing football. We always there. We in the yard or whatever the case is. We in the street, throwing the ball, hitting. Just every, like if I was messing up something in the game, then we would go that next day or after the game, and over and over and over and over. You know.
Yep.
And now I take that example and then exponentially increase it because there's several other areas where my dad could have done that would have helped me also.
Mm-hmm.
The old school dads kind of got that, you know, work, do what you do. Okay, it's time to play football. Let me help you. You know, but there's a lot of other shit in the middle of that too. You know,
my dad wove me into the work when he would go out and work on a car just because he didn't want to have to pay some jackleg mechanic or pay the dealer out the wazoo. But then, boy, come outside, and it turned into a passion for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's the same thing. What you're saying, weaving the work and play together, even. You know?
Yeah, 100%. You know, damn. What you got, Mr. Fantastic? I got a couple clips, but there's some sick shit, bro.
Well, this point right here that again, this came from I saw this from MRM, and again, it's just another testament of stuff that doesn't make the news, right? Doesn't make national news, and it's not promoted. See, where's it at? Hold on, give me a second. I gotta click it first. But anyway, this piece of this POS, right? Did the most vile of things against a little girl. And shout out to the prison niggas, man. You know, hey, the prison niggas did their job, man. The prison niggas did their job, bro, on this one.
Child predators in Capital Region history. And tonight, more than 5 months after Robert Fisher died suddenly in prison, we still don't know what killed him. We're working to find out.
13 Investigates has been asking questions since we broke the news of Robert Fisher's sudden death October 22nd at Elmira Correctional Facility in Chemung County.
You are a threat to society. You've shown no remorse.
Fisher had just been sentenced September 10th in Rensselaer County Court for the rape and murder of 3-year-old Joseph.
Why we didn't hear about this, Hamp?
What?
Why wasn't this national news, Hamp?
Yeah, it don't make sense.
The horrible things he did to the little girl made veteran cops and prosecutors sick to their stomachs.
Her body shut down because it could not sustain the trauma of the rape.
The 35-year-old Fisher kept his head down as the ADA described how Fisher drugged and raped the defenseless child, and then, in an effort to cover it up, scrubbed her skin so hard he burned her pigment from her face. Fisher had served just 1 month of his 20 years to life sentence when he was found dead at Elmira Correctional Facility. And now,
shout out, man. Shout out, man. All right. The Murder Man dance was applied properly. Shout out to them. Elmira Correctional Facility. Somebody get us their JPay information.
More than 5 months later, we still don't know why Fisher died in prison. Docs has said that the official cause of death is determined and released by the Chemung County Medical Examiner's Office, citing 3 specific sections of law that leaves it to coroners and medical examiners to determine if results will be released and to whom. Docs also cited policy that any death that appears to be from other than natural causes or a known medical condition is thoroughly investigated by the state police and Doc's Office of Special Investigations and then reviewed by the State Commission of Correction. After repeated messages to Chemung County went unanswered, News Channel 13 on January 25th filed a Freedom of Information law request for the autopsy report. Chemung County finally responded on March 26th, 2 months later, by saying the request was denied because it is exempt by other statute.
Shout out to Chemung County coroners. However it happened, it happened. It's the Lord's business. His work and will was done. That's all that matters. Y'all don't need to know.
I hope he died with his dick in his mouth.
All correspondence between the Chemung County Medical Examiner's Office and the Department of Corrections and Community Supervision regarding the death of Fisher, an incarcerated individual at Elmira Correctional Facility.
Now, for some context here, it's not unusual to learn the cause of death of state prison inmates. For example, William Brand, another prisoner at Elmira Correctional Facility, died the same day as Fisher, and state police told News Channel 13 that Brand died from a medical event.
I like his jacket and tie combo. Yeah, man, I hope that dude died with his dick in his mouth. Real rap.
Probably did. And one somewhere else.
Yeah. Yep.
Now this one, HAMP, right? Again, this was somebody that came back and, you know, he admitted to his crimes. But how many years was this man doing this? And we keep seeing this thing as to where these are the people to be trusted. You know, we didn't give what was his name? Eddie Long. We give Eddie Long no slack. Niggas was on Eddie Long's fucking top. Like, what the fuck you mean, bro? Now, you know, the women on the other hand somehow, but the men, we weren't fucking with this at all. This man that had like a 30-year run.
At 4 o'clock, we got news. Robert Morris, the founding pastor of Gateway Church in Southlake, as you see, being led away here in handcuffs, headed to jail after pleading guilty in Oklahoma child sex abuse criminal case. With that, we say thanks for joining us here at 4 for CBS News.
And I'm Ken Molesina. Karen is off today. Robert Morris's guilty plea stems from allegations of abuse of a 12-year-old girl 4 decades ago. That victim now in her 50s. Morris was charged with lewd or indecent acts with a child.
Our Andrea Lucia was inside the courtroom today in Oklahoma. Andrea, can you bring us up to speed right now?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is stunning. Robert Morris, the founder of one of our country's largest churches and a former spiritual advisor to President Trump, has been sentenced to 10 years. The first 6 months he will serve behind bars here in Osage County. The remaining 9.5 years will likely be served as probation. He will have to register as a sex offender as part of this. We have been covering this criminal case since March when Morris was indicted on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child for molesting.
5 counts, bro. HAMP. From over 30 years ago.
A young girl here in Oklahoma 4 decades ago. He faced up to 20 years in prison for each of those 5 charges. But today's plea came as part of the deal that will limit his time behind bars and allows him to serve the probation that will follow in Dallas. Now, cameras weren't allowed inside the courtroom, but I was one of the few reporters who was inside watching as this all happened. The room was packed with friends and family of the victim, Cindy Clemenshire. As you mentioned, she was 12 years old when the abuse began. She's now a grandmother in her 50s.
Now, I think the statute of limitations on that is, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's different because it was against a child, but usually the statute of limitations on, you know, anything sexually oriented is something like either, I want to say 10, 15 years maybe, right? For most crimes. So, yeah, but he was facing 4 counts up to 20 years and he got 6 months.
She and her sister had a chance to address Morris in court before he was taken away in handcuffs. They talked about how his actions affected their family. Cindy was in tears, listening to her sister speak first and tell Morris that his legacy will be one of pedophilia, of betrayal, of lies, of shame. We then saw Cindy get up and talk about how this has affected her life, how she has been in therapy for many years, feeling ashamed of what had happened, blaming herself for what had happened. It has taken her until now to really come to terms with the fact that she is not at fault at all. She told him as part of her statement that even if he never understands the truth or accepts the truth, the state of Oklahoma does. Very powerful words from her.
Really astounding to see him walk away there. You were there, as you mentioned, in the courtroom when this was happening. And the idea of Cindy Clemenshire throughout this entire thing has been very measured. She seems to have kept her composure the entire time. Can you describe what the mood was like today? Was it tense? Did that change at all?
Oh, I mean, we certainly saw tears when her sister got up and spoke. We saw her family.
Hey, 6 months?
Her siblings were there.
Yes, he only got 6 months.
This is why times like this is why I think entrapment should not be illegal. I think they should get his ass just to keep him in there. Set him up.
Well, they had to set him up. He agreed to it. He pled guilty to the charges. It's just like it was so late. The crazy
No, I'm
part.
saying set him up with a new one so that we can get rid of this. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got
the statute of limitation mitigating the punishment. Set him up with a fresh one and trap his ass. You know what I mean? Get some shit on his computer or something.
Definitely an emotional reaction. But, I think she is relieved that it has come to this. She said, two of the things that she really wanted was acknowledgement of what happened to her. She feels like she's finally getting some of that. She also said she...
Andrea, fantastic work. Thank you so much for that update. We appreciate it.
Andrea, thank you. It is a stunning fall for one of the area's most high...
Allegations became public June 2024. Morris resigns from Gateway Church June 2024. Indicted by Oklahoma grand jury May 9, 2025. First court appearance.
Profile preachers. The allegations from Sydney Commissar came in light June 2024. We reported that for you. June 18th, Morris resigned from Gateway Church, and then in March of this year, a grand jury in Oklahoma indicted the Gateway Church founder. Morris made his first court appearance in Oklahoma on May 9th. Meantime, our coverage of the Robert Morris case will continue at 5 o'clock.
So yeah, man.
6 months. We thought it was a dope rhyme when remember when Jay-Z said, "I got 5 passports, I'm never going to jail."
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't lying. Like, I mean, obviously we seen Diddy go to jail, Cosby, but there's a lot of ways where people that got money can figure out a way. Like, and then the untouchable feeling is a real thing, Like, did you watch the Murdaugh stuff? The Murdaugh murders?
Mm-mm.
It's like a family in South Carolina. There were a bunch of lawyers. There's a show on Hulu, and then there was a documentary. But it's like the son, whose son was doing all this stuff, he felt untouchable. Stealing money from his clients, just how he moved, went on vacation in the middle of his son just having ran a boat off the river that killed a little girl. Like, they just went on vacation after that. Like, you'll be fine. They literally thought that they could just tell another boy he got to take the charge.
Crazy.
And they just manipulate whatever system they got in place. And they a big fish in a small pond, in those type of situations, because their daddy's daddy was a lawyer, or not the constable. Is it the constable? You just look at this. Y'all seen this one? I know y'all seen this one. Hold on, let me share this one.
How do you wish to plead to the second count of murder in the second degree? Guilty?
Yes, sir.
And doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Doing so because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right.
The reason I killed him was because he was a child molester.
But you did in fact kill him?
Oh, sure.
And you intended to?
Oh, sure, yes. Well, if it's all right, I'd like to tell you where it started.
Go ahead.
All right, well, he was my bunkie, and I had found out that he was in prison for child molestation, a really bad case. So that night he was trying to justify why he did it, and I just told him to be quiet, and he would have to leave in the morning to find a new cell. But he continued to talk about it and try to justify it. So he was a little bit bigger than me, so I got down and I hit him in his face a few times, and when he fell, I wrapped a cord around his neck and I took his life.
That's what I'm talking about.
Since this all happened, it's kind of been, people think I'm some kind of hero, but I'm actually not. I just, did what I thought was best in the time that I was given. I don't know, I've been getting these emails saying that, it's not my position to judge anybody. And I want to make it quite clear that I didn't judge him. I know God is the only judge we have. I've just set the appointment up. So I don't feel bad for what I did, I feel bad for maybe his family or something. But as far as remorse towards him, no.
That's my guy right there. He's all right with me. Free his ass. Can we put money on his books?
Free the guys, man.
Go fund me this cat.
Exactly.
Yo, Miss Fantastic. That's one of the few times where that phrase was used correctly.
Yeah.
Free the guys.
Free the guys, man.
I don't know. It didn't say. This is kind of old too. I seen this a while ago. But he just, I just set the appointment up.
You meant that shit too. Let that man go.
Now, there is something. Now, this don't have no context, right? Y'all see my screen?
Oh, it's not up yet.
Oh.
It's in the back, but it's not on the screen.
I didn't understand. I'm almost apprehensive to play it because it doesn't say enough. But is this a real thing?
What?
Okay. See this one?
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, it's like a Make-A-Wish thing. So they gave her a wedding ceremony for like a Make-A-Wish kid. So no, it's not. No.
Yeah. All right. Good. Cause I ain't. That's what I'm saying. I ain't really want to play it. Cause
niggas doing this. What's the name?
Now, Bishop James Stockton recorded an alleged child predator sting arrested. Before I play this, let me read these super chats. I got Anna. Matt P with the $5 is fantastic. We're going to see y'all in the playoffs. Be ready. The Ohio State.
Hey, we will not motherfucking, Gunnar Stockton, man. I can't trust him, man. So I don't even know. I can't even talk my shit for real.
Arnold with the two, but Georgia Tech been playing good for all year though.
Georgia, brother, not Georgia Tech.
No, I'm saying they barely beat Georgia Tech.
Nah, they didn't need to beat. They didn't need to beat the shit out of Georgia Tech. It was just like, hey, let's cruise to a win, brother. Let's not.
Oh my god.
Let's not.
Yeah, right. With the college football playoffs, how they are too. Yo, NIL might have been the best thing that happened in college football because every team can be competitive tomorrow with the right booster. So you seeing 1 loss, 2 losses. You're not seeing all them undefeateds no more. You know, Arnold with the $2. Why aren't the Republicans pushing for it? Uh-oh.
What are you talking about? He's about the Epstein lease. Trump just signed off on it, and the Republicans were pushing for it. Niggas, what are we talking about?
Night break with the $5. HAMP, I think you're the best moderator of Black YouTube. Salute, bro. Thank you, bro. If I'm the best in Black YouTube, then I'm the best in YouTube. That's how that works. Because the white folks ain't fucking with us. That's for damn sure. Salute. Salute the Fo, been a member for 6 months. Fo with the $10 ball. Appreciate you. Keep grinding. Arnold with the 20 ball says Republicans won the election. Congress is 222 to 212. Senate is 49 to 48. Either way with the tiebreaker. But liberals are holding the Epstein files back.
The Epstein files. What is he talking about, bro? You got to keep up with the what's name, bro. Trump signed off for the Epstein files to be released, bro. That's over with. Why are you talking like it's 2 months ago?
For the first 20 ball of the day. Didn't fit. Arnold with the 2000 census is conducted every 10 years. Aaron with the $2 says, shout out to the new age of Black fathers. Twan with the $5 says, Mr. Aaron, I agree with you, but there are hundreds of projects with only women and children, no men around. Salute to Matt P, been a member for 23 months. Salute to the 200 people in the building. Please hit the like button. Make sure the likes match the viewership. See, they on Trump head, man. They say he procrastinating, man.
Again, I don't know why y'all so focused on Trump when Trump is not in the Epstein files, bro. Again, y'all gotta fucking let's talk about it. So how y'all go explain the motherfucking Virgin Islands Democrat, what's the name, that was texting the man? They was text buddies. Okay, they was friends. He funded her campaign to keep getting elected as a motherfucking Virgin Islands delegate. Let's not even talk about Cory Booker. That's what it is. Booker. Y'all don't talk about him. That's what we talking about here, bro. Bill Clinton. Why y'all trying to make up shit against Trump that don't exist? Okay, but y'all looking over the shit that motherfucking Bill and Hillary Clinton have been accused of doing. So what are we talking about here? All up in there. Y'all don't want to do this, man. Don't want to do this.
Hey man, I'm gonna have to drop the link for that if they want to argue about it, because I'm not sure, man.
That like getting on my nerves.
You getting motherfucking Ultimate Warrior body slam. Now I'm telling you, it's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, nigga.
That Life with a 20 ball says, salute him and the fellas. Off topic, but it has to be addressed. Big Aaron, what's up with your birds? Shit.
Standard that he set for himself, and a man's ceiling.
I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money. Bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got money.
Nigga.
Damn, man. Damn,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it looking bad, man. The crowd was booing. I was booing. Shit. But yeah, I told you Trump was gonna get. You knew he was gonna get hit with something.
Hey man, listen, man. Hey, you know what Rick Ross said? Allegations, false allegations.
So this is past Bishop James Stockton, man.
Can we have an easy conversation about this, bro? Yeah. And I'm gonna record because I'm in your car, right. And I don't know if you got weapons in here. No, I don't. So, brother, why are you here trying to be my brother?
Actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older.
Really?
Yeah, please.
I mean, because I was looking at his phone.
What? What'd he say? He was.
Did he say nigga please? Did he say nigga please, or he just said please?
He said, "Oh please."
Dude, and a lot of the messages didn't seem like you were really trying to hope that he was older.
Yeah, I was really definitely trying to hope
back. Okay, so let me ask you, I saw you send
a
message on Thanksgiving talking about you want to come eat him up.
Well, that's because that's what he was saying he was into.
Well, he said he was going to eat that day because it was Thanksgiving.
I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. But I thought he was older.
I mean, because based off the app, right?
Right.
But he told you something different.
But I thought, I wasn't thinking that when he was 16 or no app like that. Because again, we all say we're different ages and things like that,
right.
Stuff like that.
I mean, you didn't say you. So, can we have an easy conversation about this, bro? With different age?
No, actually, on my
tripping if I'm 16. No, I don't be tripping if I'm 16. You're obviously talking 1 week off sex. Yeah. And then if you notice, a couple of times he's like, I don't think you're real. I'm like, okay, you tell me.
With different age?
No, actually, on my
tripping.
So you want to know my age? How old are you willing to go? And then you tell him you're 54. And he told you that age doesn't matter to him. I just care if the person is nice and keeps stuff secret. That is definitely me. So you have someone that's told you they're 16. But hold on. You have someone that told you they're 16. You told them that you're 54. Okay? Nowhere in these messages do you say, I don't think you're 16. Right. He tells you that he wants someone that's going to keep it secret. If you have a person who's underage or juvenile that you don't know, that says you want to keep something secret, and you have an adult that says, yeah, I'll keep a secret with you, and then you start going into sex talk, at what point are you guys talking about meeting up with a consenting adult? These text messages. So do you want to know my age? How old are you willing to not show anything about you being up with children? Okay. I understand what the app said. I understand what the profile said. How much verification does it take to get a profile on Jack? None. And not take anything. So you can put any age you want to, right? So now you have someone who you're talking to face to face, well, text message, on a personal level, and they're saying, hey, I lied about the age on here. I'm actually 16. Why didn't you end the conversation right there? I think. If you didn't believe him, okay. Even if you didn't believe him, he's still saying he's 16. Is it legal or illegal to have sex with a 16-year-old? Is he the only person on earth? Why didn't you go find someone else? There were others. There were others? Yeah. Okay. I mean, but why aren't you meeting them here? Why are you meeting the 16-year-old here?
That's what I was trying to see if we would get it at the park. That's the thing. You know, even and if you see, you know, there's several times when he come to a house and stuff like that. And I'm like, and you see, I don't believe that he actually said, I want to meet you at the park. I want to meet you.
Do not show anything about you being up with children.
To see if you're real. I was trying to figure out if it was real.
Why do they always? You ever watch this like Chris Hansen and shit?
Hey, I literally just found out Chris Hansen was still putting in work. He just got some other creep like a couple days.
Yep, he got a channel. I think he put him on his channel now. But why do they always tell? I didn't think. It's always the same thing. Every time I watch the Chris Hansen shit, they always saying the same shit this motherfucker saying. And what's up with the church affiliations through and through a lot of these allegations?
Because it's the easiest pool, HAMP. It's the easiest pool. You got especially like you said, it's gonna be little to no fathers. It's already a layer of trust and plausible deniability because of the stature in this place of being a pastor or being a God, right? Then you get one-on-one situation where you're going to automatically trust this man around the children because he is the pastor. The children are going to not know what's going on and so on and so forth, but he's going to groom them and coerce them into acts and things and then swear them secrecy. And then this is how you get this fucking thing, man, because, you know.
Yeah, it's a wolf promising to build a barn to protect all the sheep and inviting them in, and then they came.
I don't want to hit it. I ain't even watch this whole thing. They be like, oh, I didn't know. It's crazy shit, bro.
I never went to his house. I never.
I got you. Well, you guys agreed to meet at the park, right?
Again, in a public place, but I was trying to make sure it was real.
Right, but you agreed to meet at a public place with a person who you just got done talking about getting oral sex, giving oral sex, having that ass out, and they tell you they're 16. Like, I'm not quite understanding the logic that you got here going, saying that you're meeting someone logical. Can you do me a favor and unlock this? I want to show you how to do this. And then you asked if he'd ever been with someone older, and he said 2. And then you go straight into what are you into?
Right, because again, I'm trying to figure out to see if you're real. This is real.
You didn't ask him if he was into like sports. What are you into? His response is, I'm low key still learning. I only did oral and like jacking off and kiss.
Right.
What's your response to that? That sounds nice. Ever had that ass ate out?
Right.
You're talking to a 16-year-old on here.
Again, I wasn't sure.
You have.
And with the
Jesus Christ. I mean, hey, you know what? I think it's time for your neighborhood rusty trusty. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Tool of the righteous.
How old is that, Hemp?
This is about 30 years old.
No, not. That's why I said Hemp, brother. Not your tetanus shot waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is I saw this on Baller Alert 2 hours ago.
Oh, so it ain't enough time to see if he resigned or whatever, so on and so forth, I guess.
No, it doesn't look like it.
This is a mighty scythe. I just want you to know. For people like that.
And you know, damn, man. That's some sick. That's some crazy shit, son. I don't even. Well, and do you remember they was trying to? Let me see if I could find this shit real quick. Hold on. And this the shit, right? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Damn. I don't see it. Hold on. Is it this one? Oh, this one. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. Is it this one? Look at this.
New at 5:30, and Old Dominion University professor is making a lot of heat. Alan Walker said the word pedophile shouldn't be used to refer to people who are attracted to children because it comes with a stigma.
Walker also said people can be attracted to children without acting on it. Dana Smith has more on what the professor said and the response from Walker and the community.
The controversy surrounding Old Dominion University professor Dr. Alan Walker centers around their argument that not everyone who is attracted to children will abuse children.
It isn't actually a choice. So people are just born with this condition.
In an interview with the Prostasia Foundation, Walker said the term minor attracted people, or MAPS, should be used to describe people who are attracted to children.
It's less stigmatizing than other terms like pedophile. A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true, and it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors.
But not everyone sees it that way, including people on campus like Andrew Limbakis, president of the ODU College Republicans.
I'm actually thinking about planning a peaceful protest against Alan Walker.
In the interview, Walker stressed child sexual abuse is never okay. They explained there is a difference between attraction and behavior. Walker said there is no morality attached to attraction because that's something we can't help. The Prostasia Foundation's executive director, Jeremy Malcolm, agrees.
What experts like Dr. Walker are saying is that telling these people that they are inherently bad and doomed to offend is counterproductive.
Criticism about Walker's comments prompted ODU and Walker to release statements over the weekend. The statement from the university reads, "An academic community plays a valuable role in the quest for knowledge. A vital part of this is being willing to consider scientific and other empirical data that may involve controversial issues and perspectives." For their part, Walker said, "Child sexual abuse is an inexcusable crime. The goal of my research is to prevent crime. I embarked on this research in hopes of gaining understanding of a group that previously has not been studied in order to identify ways to protect children." Dana Smith, 13 News Now.
Organization that was formed primarily to promote appropriate, respectful, non-coercive psychotherapy for minor attracted people. We do a couple of other things as well, but that was our founding mission, and we still have that mission. We use the term minor attracted people because the term pedophile has been so sort of popularized to mean a person who abuses children that there isn't a word besides minor attracted people as a phrase to refer to people who are attracted to minors or children and don't act on that attraction. They're not child abusers. They're people who have certain feelings and thoughts, and they deserve to have a respectful word to call themselves, and minor attracted people is what they call themselves. It's not that I have special expertise for working with minor attracted people. It's that I am really tolerant. And so that it doesn't, I don't feel disturbed by the things people say for the most part, or at least not that set of things.
She thinks it's a flex that she's quote unquote really tolerant, as though everything need to be tolerated. Minor attracted person, minor attracted people. The fact that these people in their heads identify a kid as being attractive is a thing that they're trying to make sense of. Is a thing that they're trying to justify.
Erase the stigma.
Erase the stigma of a pedophile.
Yo, man, this is.
We're talking about kids,
children. You remember what it's like being a child? Do you remember how the world looked? Can you imagine one of these people coming into your world when? See, because as an adult, like, you know the world a little bit, and you have a callus in you that can, get it cracking. But when you're a child, the innocence, do you remember that innocence in the world, the vastness of the world and the wonder of the world? Can you imagine that come crashing down on your world?
It don't even make sense. Yeah, I mean,
it's ridiculous.
And that's the thing, right? Even like, see, I didn't see this. Mufasa, hold on. So Mufasa said this right here. I didn't see this in mass. I didn't see this. I can't confirm that. The LGBTQ, the grown-ups who, you know what I mean? Homosexual, I ain't see them saying no shit like this. So I can't say that at all. You know what I mean? Like, they were saying that shit is fucking disgusting. I ain't see that, Mufasa. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't see that association. I didn't
see. That's a
see
hell of a jacket.
Yeah. I'm saying I didn't see it, so I can't. Unless y'all could show me it to where they was justifying that, I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
In mass with the you know what I'm saying? I think the truth is everything outside of heterosexuality is kind of just put in a pot.
Right.
But I'm saying the gay people I saw, I didn't see them vouching for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they just start to throw a lot of shit in the pot if it's outside of the norm, essentially.
Yeah. Which is dangerous in and of itself as well. Because isn't that kind of what happens with black people in crime?
Yeah. Yeah, essentially. But that's the thing, right? That Mr. Fantastic was laying out, essentially. They parse out these very violent happenings from violent crime.
Right.
And it'll skew a stat tremendously. And they continue to say violent crime, violent crime, violent crime. Yet and still, raping a woman, molesting a child, easily two of the worst things you could do and the most violent things that can be done. I would argue you rape a person, you molest a person, you kill them.
Yes, worse than kill them because they're dead, but they're forced to still be alive.
Yeah, and now they're a shell of themselves, or they aren't the person that they were supposed to be because of that experience.
Exactly, they're dead inside. Yep.
Yeah, that's a person who is been subject to a thing that they can't overcome.
Right.
They may exist, they may be pushing through in the earth day to day, But there's moments in time where that person can't live with themselves.
Right.
That's worse than death.
Exactly. Yeah, man. No, that's facts right there, man.
You've ever been restrained?
Yes.
And to a point where you couldn't get out of it?
Waterboarded.
Yeah. Being powerless. See, we don't have that experience overwhelmingly aside from that, Aaron.
Yeah, but that's training. That's to develop.
That's
Yeah.
training, yeah. How to sustain in that particular environment, right?
Right.
Under that particular circumstances.
Right.
But I could speak for you. I could speak for Mr. Fantastic. We don't have that problem walking around in the earth.
No.
Like, you can't just grab me and think that it's gonna be okay.
Right.
Nobody can grab you.
Y'all are gonna have a story to tell. Either one of us don't. Yep. Yeah.
And I just imagine that though. Well, I was talking to the ladies one day on the show on the POV,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to see the blue lights walking through campus at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, those are nice.
That's a pretty shade of blue.
Yeah,
it is.
All right, I could be drunk. Hey, man, there was no type of fear.
Mm-mm.
But when they were articulating what those lights meant to them, it's like a safe haven. Every
Mm-hmm.
light gets you closer to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Every light keeps you safe.
Mm-hmm.
The authorities, your protectors, are a phone call away, even when you're by yourself. They was talking about walking to their car with their keys between their knuckles, just in case they have to fend someone off, or where to park and where you cannot park, and all this other stuff. And I ain't never thought about no shit like that. I'm getting the closest park, or I'll park in the alley if it got an open spot.
Right.
I'm just thinking of that's the women, and now children tenfold off of that.
Yeah. And don't even know it, how vulnerable they are. You see what I'm saying? That innocence is crazy.
Yeah. You steal that from a person, from a kid, right? When we already get so subject to so much in the earth now, right? Everything, you can see everything. We used to have to go to channel 99 to watch the shit through the squigglies. Or if you had a scrambler, y'all had a scrambler box where you could get the Playboy channel. It'll be on like channel 101. Yeah. Remember that with the red numbers? Y'all know the scrambler.
Yeah. Yep.
Or you watch Cinemax late night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now that shit is a click away by accident.
Right. Exactly.
Ain't no damn accident.
Well, I'm just saying.
That shit is not even clicks in the social media right in your feed.
Why you shit Twitter? Like what we talking about? Twitter shit. Even what's the name starting to do it now? IG is allowing limited like nudity and stuff now. So
yeah, they got paid accounts and shit.
What?
Yeah. IG allows chicks to be on there like as long as they, not showing private parts. A bitch can have a whole ass out on what's the name now?
But they got paid accounts now. It's like OnlyFans over there.
Not IG.
You know what?
IG, they got paid accounts. You like pay, like you got to pay a monthly to access certain pictures on their Instagram account, and you pay through Instagram.
Damn, I get all my pictures for free, so I ain't know.
Well, I know they had Snapchat Premium as an example.
Yeah, we've been through that. That Premium, yeah.
You know what? You're right, because you know what I've seen an influx of fighting videos, shooting videos, also on Instagram. See, those things go hand in hand.
Yep.
When you allow the violence, they allow the provocative stuff too.
Yep. Faces of Death and Gone Wild go together.
Things are intertwined.
Yep.
I just don't. That shit need to be called out, B. And I'm telling you, Mr. Fantastic, there's something that happened when they knocked when they shot Charlie Kirk. There's something that started to happen at that time, and it's more than what we even realized 3 months ago. Was that 3 months ago? 4 months ago.
We could say that.
2 or 3.
Some of the summer.
Mm-hmm. The scrutinizing of information. You know, because you're looking at it and they're saying racist this, racist that, right? We saying, listen, racist or not, if it's really real, what you doing to get prepared for?
Right.
What's really happening around us? There was actually what happens in a movie is like foreshadowing. Shaw and Mr. Fantastic had that conversation about the herpes thing, and we dove into like what those numbers actually meant, who they were. Can you extrapolate it?
The 50% conversation, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
About the survey in Houston, right?
Yep.
We start scrutinizing a lot of shit, and we start asking them about, well, why? What's the stat? What's the exoneration? What's this? What's that? And even if there was a proper retort, you know, it was things were being dove into much more. And then we got hit with a stat last week or 2 weeks ago about 30% of black men have felonies.
30?
Yeah. And we took the time to destroy that shit too, but it had legs for at least a day.
Well, I think that was the thing, right? Because they was talking about I think they conflated prison population with what's the name? Because I did the same thing. So they claimed that a third of men 15 to 25 have felonies by whatever, which that's crazy when you think about it. So you telling me 33% of all black men have fucking felonies? It just don't make sense. But
That
I think
man
what happened,
says one of us is a felon, and if you extrapolate that out to 10 people on the panel, that means 3 people on the panel.
yeah, but even that's what I'm saying. It just when it was said, and like you say, you start actually diving down the data and finding out where it is. There's a lot of shoddy, if not, just invisible sources. And if you really get to it, and shout out to lead attorney, I don't know him, lead attorney, right? You read him. The thing he did is where, again, it's crazy how and I literally did this in real time. If you Google what is the percentage of white male criminals, you'll never get a number. And guess what comes up, Hemp? All of the black stats or all the stuff about black men. So if you Google what is the percentage of white male criminals, you won't get a number, but all of the data that will be the percentages and what they say it is about black men.
Really?
Yeah, real shit.
They that blatant with it. They just don't ask that question. Here's the answer you're looking for. They hit you with that.
That's what I'm saying. So, and then furthermore, Help, shout out to you, right? So when you go back and look at, and that's the crazy part about it. If we go and everybody, most people don't even know that after 2019, the FBI changed the whole, the way that everything was formulated, the crime statistics. But if you look at the crime statistics, it was 6 million crimes committed, right? Black people didn't even make up 2 million. So how you gonna be 50% of the crime when, again, there can never be, well, we're not talking about crime, we're talking about convictions. Well, that's not gonna correlate, because if you know what I'm saying, there can't be more convictions than crimes, right? There can never be more convictions than crimes. That's common sense. So if you're less than half on the crime side, that's going to correlate and going to be the same when it comes to the criminal side. You know what I'm saying? So either way it goes, it's just a whole bunch of bullshit.
What was it? What did you say put in? I just want to see.
Oh, what is the percentage of white male criminals?
Good question.
You know what I'm saying? They won't give you a number. Now, if you put in black, they're gonna tell you the 33% shit. And I didn't chat GPT, and I use Google, by the way.
Hold on. Yeah, what if you just put black? What if you just erase the white and just put black?
Just change black to white.
White to black.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
So I did this before, and it did say this.
Yeah, but look, it gave you a percentage. They didn't give you a percentage of white dudes.
No,
So
it
it says,
did.
yeah, it said, so what we do know here, it said this here.
Yes, 70, 60. Yeah, those numbers match up.
So it goes to that part. But there was something I had put in. You know what
Yeah.
it is? It's felonies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, felony. This is what it is. Felons. There we go. That's what it was.
Okay, so here it goes. Here's that 2010, right?
All right, now change it to white.
All right, let me go get this.
That's what it was, Hamp. Felons. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
There's no official.
Oh, look at this shit.
See, I told you. How there go? Hold on. Here's the
What
I ain't never lied to y'all, bro. I never lied to you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yo.
You ask about the white motherfuckers, they give you the nigga stats.
Man, as soon as I seen it, too, I'm like, oh, man.
Listen, man. For all y'all motherfuckers that love to hate me over here, bro. Again, Fantastic has his own channel. Fantastic does his own content. I don't motherfucking bring 99% of the shit that we talk about over to my shit. I talk about what the fuck I talk about. I've been talking about shit like this, bro, for years. Okay, so as much as a coon y'all claim me to be, I'm way more pro-black than you, and I can't stand you niggas. You're welcome.
Yo, I did this like a week ago or two, because I was looking in this, but I don't know if I put in, I don't know, but this is crazy.
This is wild.
And you know, Chat GPT basically kind of goes off of you, right?
Yeah.
So this is my Chat GPT.
And it did the same thing.
It's a pay, and I pay for it. I don't even know.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, you got the 5.1, yeah.
Premium joint. I got the premium Chat GPT too.
Yeah. And this say, wait, we don't got nothing for them, but just in case you wanted this. Damn, son.
And you can't blame it on the algorithm, like you just said. That's wild.
Look at that, though. Look at
And
that.
then look at the numbers that they do give you. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Multiple analysis of data sets here. This is just that estimation study. But they don't want it. They don't.
And then and this is another disingenuous part about it, right? So if white people outnumber black people by almost 5 times, it's actually like 4.7, right?
Yeah.
Their 8% is going to be equal to or greater than the 33%. That's why motherfuckers want to run to the per capita argument. You feel me?
Yeah.
You divide fucking you hit that percentage of people when it's that much of a disparity in volume. Well, shit, it's the same damn thing. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's the same thing. The disparity in volume kills it.
Yeah, you can never win a per capita argument where you're outnumbered by 4 to 1.
Yeah, because the per capita doesn't matter.
Exactly. It doesn't. It's irrelevant by that point when you're 4 times numbers of people.
Yeah, it's nominal at that point, right? To where most people render it moot if it's nominal.
Yeah, double. Even at double, you can make the argument to where is it even fair? But we're talking 4 times the people. Get the fuck out of here.
Quadruple.
Yeah.
But yo, I'm telling you, and this T.O., this is what I was saying, right? Because I'm having a conversation with a couple of the brothers. I'm like, yo, you can get real numbers off of these statistics because these are convictions. Every single person who got convicted got an inmate number, right? Or some way, shape, or form. They have a DOJ number, right? So you can literally say, oh shit, 1948. Y'all whoever committed that crime in 1948, he probably dead. Right? Like 1948, A lot of motherfuckers is probably dead. You could literally go year to year and get
because they would have been adults. So they
exactly.
even if we made all of them 18 years old, nigga, who the hell you know what 48 by is 100 and some years old now?
That's what I'm saying.
1930, yeah.
You could literally calculate. You could pinpoint this number.
Mm-hmm.
You got birth certificates, you got death certificates, you got DOJ numbers.
Yeah.
But now you at an estimate from 2010.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angel. They'd be 83 years old. Yup. And I played that Tim Tebow clip about him. Did y'all see him? Him talking about white male violence?
Yeah. They motherfuckers swept that shit under the rug quick. Tim Tebow tears, bro. He's like, hey, the white men are the biggest of child predators and all this other shit. I forget what TV show was it. Dr. Phil? It was Dr. Phil or some daytime TV show, whatever it was. But yeah, man, they swept his ass up quick with that one. That shit got no what's name.
Yo, you see the link I put in the back. This you sent it, fantastic, to Instagram. I think it's a good time to talk about that shit.
What?
I put a link in the back. I would share it, but you know my shit, not that one. Oh, that's my man.
The
though.
last 30 days, and every red dot on that map is at least one unique IP address of.
No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh.
Individuals downloading, sharing, distributing child abuse and rape images under the age of 12. And there's over 111,000 of them just in the US of the last 30 days. And I wanted to bring that because I think it brings to life so much of the evil that we're trying to face. And people will say, well, that's just over there and it's in those countries and it's all of those places. And it's not. Sean, it's right here in our backyard. It is over the last 30 days.
I'm trying to find the one I had. Did you find that one? Oh, this one.
The number one offender type is biological fathers, but by far it is being done by middle-aged Caucasian men. Over half of them college graduates. Many of them are educated, good jobs. This isn't just who we're thinking about. Like they're technical savvy, and I think that it is time that we call them out. Like that. We can't stand by and stand back. Like we have to stand up and say, not only are we not doing our job as men, it's actually the opposite. Instead of being defenders and protectors of our families, we're hurting and abusing.
Gary, you said Black people cause the most problems, but your children are not even.
Tebow said it. You got Aaron's link? I can't hear you, Miss Fantastic.
My bad. Not even to mention HAMP family violence. You know, hey, white boys kill everybody. The kids, the dogs, everybody dying, no lying, and the goldfish. White boys kill everything, bro.
Yeah, I said white boy can drown the goldfish.
You get that 12 pack at them, and it's up.
I don't know, man. It's just such a. They've been glossing over this for a long time.
You got the link, fantastic. The one I put.
Oh yeah, I got you.
But it's time to have that whole. Go ahead.
That's it. Oh, let me see. No, you got change it out, Hemp. You got yours still up. You gotta take yours down.
This the one. This one. You sent this to us in the IG, right?
Yeah.
Now watch
Former Deputy Chief Tom Robinson.
Robinson
was one of 13 people taken into custody during a 2-day child exploitation sting earlier this month. Robinson, who retired in January of 2024 after nearly 30 years on the force, was arrested on October 16th. According to court documents obtained by News 4 and Fox 11, He allegedly agreed to pay $150 to meet what he believed was a 17-year-old girl after responding to an online prostitution ad. That girl was actually an undercover member of the Regional Human Exploitation and Trafficking, or HEAT unit. Reno Police Chief Catherine Nance says the arrest has deeply impacted morale within the department and has shaken public trust.
I think that we all feel hurt that somebody wouldn't consider how this would reflect on us. I think that part of the trust in our organization and our profession is the fact that we feel that we can depend on each other to continue to uphold that ethical behavior and to be together in our purpose of creating a better community. And when somebody doesn't do that, it hurts us all.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Her primary concern is how the fuck we look in the public eye. No concern for the actual welfare of the victim, the mental well, you know what I mean? No concern for reducing the numbers. No concern for where it really needs to be put. She pretty much told us, now we got to sit here and live with the stigma. In other words, if she could, she would have brushed that shit under the rug. You hear what she just said?
Yeah, man. Optics, like you said, Aaron. Optics and what they call it.
She's more worried about optics than results. What the fuck?
Solicitation of a child for prostitution and attempted child abuse.
Listen to what she's saying.
He was released from the Washoe County Jail over the weekend after posting $3,000 cash bail. He was placed on house arrest, and a judge has ordered that he have no contact with minors. He was scheduled to be formally arraigned on the charges on Monday, October 27th, but that hearing has since been pushed back to November 12th. The Reno Police Department is working to rebuild community trust.
Community trust. You got to rebuild the mind and psyche of a fucking victim, bro.
Hey, white people, we got fatigue over this shit, man. Y'all need to check and correct this behavior and get rid of the people who choose to exude this type of behavior. This is something that in our country we really need to pinpoint and put a stop to ASAP. I know y'all want to keep talking about black males and the violence that is deliberately in our neighborhoods. We understand it, right? But it's a nominal number in comparison. And I think y'all need to wrap your heads around what this is doing to the overall society. Because people that get this done to them, what is the percentage or likelihood that they perpetuate the behavior? I wonder if you looked into these people's backgrounds like they did with R. Kelly, talking about what happened to him, and look what he was doing to others. You hope and pray that people don't mimic that behavior. But what if they do? What if it exacerbates? What happens?
Yeah, data tells you though. The data tells you a child that is violated as a child is more likely to do the same thing to, once they become an adult. So this is literally a cancer and a sickness, man, that's malignant, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's crazy to where, and I think that's why a lot of people are starting to lighten up on this black fatigue shit, because we fighting back with this. Listen, bro, hey, I'm not, for criminality in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But again, like I said, you can justify a shooting, right? That can be justified. That can be argued. You doing anything, in a sexual nature to a child as an adult person is there's no explanation for it, no excuse, no rhyme, no reason, no anything. And it's just crazy. Like I said, man, a very, very unfortunate story of the young girl, a 3-year-old that was violated in a way, you know what I'm saying? And in that situation, the father wasn't present. So again, this is why it comes back to the things with us. That's something that we've never, ever tolerated. I did a video like 4 years ago, HAMP, to where this dude was just walking around with this little girl. But it didn't make it to his car. They whooped him. Whoop buddy. So, you know what I mean? That's just some shit that that people talk about cultural and they love using that they word, but I don't know how and why they. You feel me?
Yeah, man. No, I don't know if we can even classify it as a sickness. I mean, I don't know if there's a need to classify it, but I'm just wondering, how would you classify it? You know what I mean? It's just so diabolical. Like you said, there's no way to justify it in any sense. Even if it were like, an act of war, or even then, it's not. There's only one appropriate response, and that's homeboy setting up appointments. Other than that, there's just no. I can't wrap my head around it. I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
It's all I know is it's unfortunate. I wish it didn't exist. And I'm not even one for like the death penalty, right? Because I've always thought that's you playing God. But this is one of those things that put me into a state of cognitive dissonance, because I'm like, death to these motherfuckers. They can get it. They can get it the hard way. Pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Definitely.
So, yeah, man. It's caveman DNA. Yeah, man. Nah, man, I could dig it. It's some wild shit. It is definitely not the work of the righteous. Yo, can you hit the suit? Oh, what's going on, Miss Tiff?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you making out? How's your husband and all that?
He is great. We are great. The holidays are rough when you are missing people. So
yeah, I can dig it.
Yeah, but do you recall we were having a conversation, and I came up here and I said that these people are vile. They are evil. They are criminals. And they do heinous things. I don't understand why we as Black people refuse to make the connection. We love to say what? We are our ancestors, right? We acknowledge that we have post-slavery traumatic disorder. Do you not get, just like we are our ancestors, they're theirs. The things that they did in slavery to people, to their bodies, the breeding farms, the throwing young children into feed the alligators, hanging and lynching people, cutting off manhoods, that is in their DNA. These are who these people are. They do vile things. I don't want to, and I don't care about the Epstein files. We knew that this man had a proclivity to be disregarded at best to women. I don't care about the Epstein files because half of the people in there want to reduce the age of marriage. There are clips where he was on Howard Stern and the man said, oh, the youngest I think I would go is 12. When we see these things, it be these people. How many white men get on planes to go abuse brown people's children in their bodies? Who are the mass shooters? Who are the people that literally abuse their own kids? But we always want to elevate. I don't give a damn and don't want no associations to no goddamn violent people. And the white women are a part of the problem. They are twofold. You raise these monsters and then you protect these monsters. Megyn Kelly last week literally said, oh, well, Jeffrey Epstein, a friend told me it wasn't like it was an 8-year-old. There's a difference between like 5 and 15. Bitch, no, it's not. They're kids. When I say I get sick of seeing people come up here talking about what Black men do and Black men don't and y'all, who in the hell is causing the harm? And any time it's one of them doing some fucking foolishness, they can one off them. Oh, well, he has mental issues. Oh, well, it was something wrong. Oh, well, there is an excuse that was made. They never see themselves as a conglomerate, as fucking violent, vile people. And we see over and over and over white women apologists because these are their sons. These are their husbands. This is what these people do. So how we became the face of criminality is just like they do with anything else. Excellent propaganda. Excellent propaganda. Excellent propaganda. We feel like when a crime happens, how many people are praying, ooh, I hope they're not black. A white person don't give a damn about somebody doing a crime because they're going to find a reason why it was a one-off. Like, no. En masse, these people are their ancestors. Is there a place in America where we holding up people, breeding them, beating their kids and making a reason to make it right? Trying to completely devalue and make people not human? And we see time after time after time after time after time. It's like when me and Mr. Fantastic got into it, I literally just said, I don't give a damn if it's Bill Clinton. I don't care if Obama is in them files. Send all them dirty bastards to jail.
Man, no, that's facts.
Like this our society and the shit that we do and let people not get away with. Like, come on, bro. The dude that was one of his what did he call it? One of his spiritual advisors literally just got arrested, turned himself in a suit. If that had been a black man, they'd have tried to find this man at church preaching full. Open up your goddamn eyes and stop coming up here talking about black men are the worst of the worst of the worst. Niggas, like, no. Anglo-Saxons, the fuck? White
niggas.
You niggas. You get what I'm saying? If black men were doing mass shootings, what would happen? Aaron, what happened with the man that just shot the 2 DC people? Trump came out and said, you know what? Pause. No, and can't nobody else come up in here till we get all you out. Now, how many white men are going to do violent crimes that ain't nobody going to say nothing else about? The mass shooters, where are they? What's their history? Who's studying their brain? Where their family being dragged? Why are we talking about, why are these people so violent? Who's raising them? See, look at them. Nah. We are not that many people. We don't behave like that. And when a nigga do some nasty shit, the best thing he could do is go to fucking jail. Certified what? Wop. Drake is canceled based off of the allegation of liking young people. R. Kelly canceled. Diddy canceled. Ain't nobody making shows talking about, oh, no, fuck that. That nigga is sick and lock that bitch up.
What I missed, Tiff? What's good, Tiff? What's popping?
What's going on here? Right.
You're talking shit. I was on the phone with a client, and only mouth I seen moving was yours. So I'd assume that you were uninterrupted.
I'm just saying, I'm tired of seeing black people come up here talking about what black men do and niggas, and we amongst the evil. And I said, and I will say, just like we are ancestors, they are theirs.
Safe assumption, Hamp.
Go ahead.
Huh?
No, I was just saying safe assumption, Hamp. Yeah, but go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying, like, if the same people that enslaved them, that's their grandparents. The same people that literally skinned Nate Turner, these people skinned him, made purses out of his remains, and it is made grease out of his body. These are their grannies, their great. That shit didn't just come out of them. They didn't just become benevolent and kind people. No, they've been vile. They've been doing weird ass wicked things. And they disassociate themselves from it. You are okay with this because that's what you come from. The even make an excuse because they raise the monsters. They marry the monsters. The monsters are their brothers and cousins. When in mass, we don't fuck with kids being violated. We don't do this shit. But they want to put all of it on us because if you shine a light on the few, then we can keep doing nasty, vile, disgusting things.
So you're saying they try to shine the light on black people being violent so they can continue that shit covertly?
Yes.
She's saying the white folks want you to put the lotion in the basket.
Huh?
I'm
sorry. You know, she said white folks want people to put lotion in the basket. You never seen Silence of the Lambs?
I've seen it, but a while ago.
You don't get the reference? Put the lotion in the basket.
The thing puts the lotion in the basket.
Yeah, it puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Put the lotion in the fucking basket.
Buffalo Bill.
You don't remember he had the girl in the hole and was lowering shit down in the basket to her.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right. Yeah.
Like if we serial killers, for them it's like, oh, this is so intriguing. Oh, look at him. Like they weird people. And not all, but it's enough to be like absolutely the F not. You're not gonna make me believe that black men are this violent. Man, y'all been touching kids. Can we talk about the Catholic Church and priests? Like, y'all, it's something ain't right. You came out of the mountains wrong.
Hey Tiff, did you get a chance to address the perpetual nature of being hurt in this way or touched? What do you think about the numbers that show a person who's molested has a greater likelihood to perpetuate that behavior?
That's not true. I don't know where that came from because there's so many people that have, for every child that's been touched and abused, if that was true, then you have people touching folks all the time. So wherever those steps came from, I would assume it needs to be cross-studied because there are plenty of victims that once you've been wounded in that, that's not a thing. What you probably can say is if you do it, it's happened to you, but you can't say everybody that has been a victim is out here touching and abusing people. That's
not what was said. He said it and it is true. It is true. It's I think in the DSM manuals and a lot of psychiatric studies and so on and so forth, a person that was
I'm okay. We know you.
I haven't said anything. I have not said anything the whole time you were up here. Not one time did I interrupt you. Not once. So I'm going to say this again. There are psychological studies and there are other things to support the fact of the matter. No one is saying all. No one is even saying most. What was said was you have a higher propensity and chance of being a child violator if you were violated as a child. That is a fact.
Well, when you show the studies and we see the DSM, then now I can receive that. Until then, you're just talking.
No problem.
Well, let me just ask because I don't know. So, Ms. Tiff, would you say that maybe being a victim as a child would cause arrested development? Do you think that's a possibility? In some, right? We're not saying in all.
No. So, in all honesty, typically, and as a person that in real life, if you are touched as a person as a child, your association with sex is always skewed, right? Because you were violated at an age, you were manipulated, where somebody says, this is just love, this is our special time, this is different, right? So your association is unhealthy. So now because you don't have good boundaries, the children that typically are molested also have a higher rate of being raped as adults because you have the association with intimacy is warded. And if you look up, the stats will show people that are touched as children never really it takes a long time for them to identify and connect in a different way. So I just think we don't really talk enough about it because it's such a painful topic. It's sad and it's disturbing. And I think again, you've changed a person's rationale of what's right and what's wrong.
Tiff, hey Tiff,
I see you.
I can't see you. Are you in witness protection?
No, let me see if I can. I put a light on.
Maybe try wiping the lens. That's an issue I've been having on your camera.
Aaron.
I know, stay out of it.
Please.
I've been doing good today. Knock on wood.
I see you pulled up the study, so let me see that, and then we can.
Go ahead and get your glasses.
Just wait, Aaron. You ain't shit.
Not, thank you, Mr. Aaron. You always got my back.
Yeah, of course.
Tiff, can you see?
Not without. Okay. You're being funny. I didn't hear it, but I hear the sniggling.
I didn't say that.
I hear sniggling and giggling.
We at my sister-in-law house. She hey, so see, hey, she didn't have her glasses on yesterday. She had a phone. She had her phone right here. Yo, just let her look like a Dr. Seuss book.
You know, this is your sister-in-law alone. Those of us that need some assistance with our visuals struggle enough, sir. The
She said
struggle.
it's a disability.
It is a disability. You guys sitting up here laughing at our plight.
All right, you got this study, Mr. Fantastic? You pulled it down?
Yeah, I'll redo it.
She was going to get her glasses so she can scrutinize.
Well, I put it in the back chat. There's no need to keep it up on the screen because you're not gonna be able to read that shit no matter how good her glasses are.
Go ahead. Hold on, pull it back up, man. She got glasses on.
You know what?
Oh my goodness, man. You got an Under Armour belt?
Mm-hmm.
This is some crazy shit, bro.
I'm in my house.
No, but why you got that though?
Because I like Under Armour and I like the hats. And if I'm wearing shoes and outfit, I like my hat to match. Like, when you teach spin, you put a hat on so that you can catch the sweat. I'm not going to play with you.
Yo, my God, bro. Tiff is hilarious, man. I ain't gonna do it today, Tiff. It's Monday. You lucky.
Do what you want to do. I'm good with me.
Hey, don't. I know. I just gave you a pass now.
Self-esteem is that.
Hey, you're not as funny as me, so relax.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what you think of the study, Tiff?
I'm looking at it. They went from 1990, 93.
Let me read it.
Yeah, like I'm even up seeing where it says, although adverse childhood experiences are in general, they can be associated with multiple negative behavioral outcomes. And it's like, okay, so can we not say that by touching a child, you are creating future predators? Like it, so it's twofold. You're taking somebody's innocent and you're creating new violators. Two things can be true. I'm just at a point to where if somebody says stats and statistics, I want them pulled up. I want to see them. If we're gonna, what you say, we're gonna stop doing and passing false information, then when you want to quote the stats, you should have it available. Pull up the study so everybody can verify and we can not go back and forth. So I
Yeah,
received the information.
yeah, 100%. I think the key is right. Most people who've been subject to that don't go on to perpetuate that behavior, right?
Right.
I think the key is when we assessing the demographic that does do that behavior,
Mhm.
what percentage of those people have been touched or molested in some way? You see what I mean?
Mhm.
Most people that have it had done to them don't go on to do that. But out of the group that has done it, I would like to assess who did have that happen to them previously.
Mhm.
You know, but it's just sick either way. And the fact that this has been kind of swept under the rug is happening in astronomical numbers while talking about shootings in the black neighborhoods by these people, you
Mhm.
know. And then when Tim Tebow says it, like Tim Tebow wasn't the savior
Mhm.
for people in Florida for 10 years back, and the
Mhm.
fact that what he said doesn't get more airtime. I
Mhm.
mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. I understand why, but it doesn't make sense because kids cannot protect themselves,
Mhm.
and these rich motherfuckers just think they could do whatever.
Mhm.
These church pastors and priests, the people that got access, right, that are supposed to be so trusted, are taking advantage of it.
I, I mean, Hemp, when I say that should be diabolical, so if you look in Project 2025, there's literature in there where they want to lower the age of consent to, and it's
What consent to what?
they want to lower the age of marriage. They want to lower it, I believe it's to 14, because they
What?
want, yes, they want to be able to deal with children. On
Wait,
top
what? In Project 2025, Tiff?
of, yes, all of these reclassifications of the jobs, right? The nurses, the teachers, the therapists, everybody's talking about, oh, it's going to affect women. But the other thing that reclassifying those jobs, all of those jobs are automatic reporters. If you see abuse, you have to report it. So if I take away the people that have to report the abuse, I can abuse more people.
Oh my God.
It is diabolical.
Okay, so the problem with that. Oh, are you done?
Sure.
Yeah. So again, you need to read before you just start doing claims. The only thing that affects the professional um, classification is for degree purposes only. It does not mean in the literal sense to where a nurse now is no longer a professional. What happened was that the schools, universities were taking advantage of the fact that there was no cap on those degree charges, so they declassified it so the damn universities would stop abusing the system and getting people to get this unnecessary debt for these careers. Okay, there's not going to be a decrease in nurses. There's not going to be a change of anything from salary to job hirings to any of these things. Everything you just said is false, 10,000% false. And again, just like you show me, and I don't even care about Project 2025 because Project 2025 is something of its own. But again, bro, we gotta get up here and get out of this narrative and political game banging and just repeating rhetoric that's not true. Okay, for the sake of a motherfucking party that don't give a fuck about you in the first place.
Political what?
Gang banging.
So, are you done?
I'm muted.
Okay. So, one of the changes that it affects is the amount of federal loans that you can get. For right now, nursing, a lot of the advanced degrees had a cap of 40K. The jobs that were reclassified now only will be $20,000 for the year. Most nursing programs, like to be a nurse practitioner, is about 60K a year, and it takes 2 years to get those degrees. The degrees left are highly projected within. So yes, the nursing, teaching, the social workers, all of these advanced degrees have now been lowered, and all of these people are local reporters. Like, you have to report. If you see abuse, you have to report. There is a issue with it. Next, the second part is this: we can have nuance and understand if you don't think, and this is not our behavior. Sometimes people don't see the harm in what's coming, but there is a concern of a lot of women professionals that are like, these two are in conjunction with people that have to report abuse. But again, you come up and will you be miles ahead of people? Like, y'all catch up and see that this was strategically done for a reason. They want to lower the age of so you can deal with kids, and this has been a thing.
Wait. So break it down. So look at this, right? Because I want to understand this. Because what we're saying is heavy, and when we want to hold them to account, I just want to make sure we're accurate when doing so, because this is important. So here's my prompt. Okay, let me know if this prompt doesn't. This was my prompt here. See it?
I see it. I'm pulling it up.
Is that a fair prompt?
It's fair to me.
Yes, yeah. You just not.
Good question. I couldn't find. So this is ChatGPT talking. Good question. I couldn't find any credible public version of Project 2025 that specifies a proposed minimum legal marriage age. For example, marriage must be allowed at age X. Here's what is clear and what remains unconfirmed. And so it does have about family and marriage and how it wants to overturn LGBTQ being able to marry and such. Because it's the traditional family values, gender, sexuality.
Yeah.
Project 25 does not appear to specify including marriage age. It said there's no references of the marriage age being changed or lowered in Project 2025.
Yeah, and they've already the request to reverse the same-sex marriage. The Supreme Court denied listening to it, so they're fine.
They're fine. What do you mean?
I'm saying they're not fine as in it's right. Like, that's not anything.
Oh, you're saying that it did not. They can still get married.
Yeah, for right now. I don't think it's going to stay that way for long. I don't. I think it's going to get reversed.
But the thing is, because we're talking about the kids, right, and being able to take advantage of them legally. There are states where kids can consent at 16. I think Utah, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, is one of them.
The majority of states in the United States have an underage age of consent for sex.
Yes.
And I don't even know. So I don't know what. Again, most people don't know this. Most people don't do the research. I think it's 13 or 14 states that has an 18 age of consent for sex, and even in cases to where I think in some cases, this is what happened in our Kelly situation, to where parents can allow a child to get married as early as 15 with parental consent. So again, I don't know how this is being made anything about Republicans or Project 2025 when there's already legal precedent set in most states for a child or person that a minor, I'll say, under the age of 18 can consent to sex.
So in HAMP, the other thing is there are a lot of places that they call it the Romeo and Juliet law. So say the girl is 16.
Age proximity, yeah.
and the boy is 18. That's different from she's 16, but you're 32. So
100%. Yeah, I know the Romeo and Juliet.
mm,
Where because a lot of high school age kids would be like 16 and 15, 16, and as a freshman he'll be a senior, right? They kind of date. So I understand that, but that's not what we're addressing. What was said was essentially these white men want to be predatory and therefore by proxy lowering
uh,
the age to get married so they can have access to these women legally, these young girls legally.
Now, him. Now, it ain't necessarily the straight white men, but the non-straight white men did pass a law in California, to where it's a 10-year age gap, and the judge no longer it's a mandatory to qualify them as a registered sex offender for dealing with underaged, same-sex situations. So, what I mean, no one talked about that though. That's actual law that was passed in the state of California. So instead of so it's Romeo and Juliet on steroids, being that they know a lot of these same sex dudes are some of the number one predators. Hamp, there was a story about these two dudes that adopted these kids, and they were using them in a they were selling the kid.
Yeah, I saw that.
The one you did had just showed him the first transgender congressperson was found guilty of having child inappropriate content. So again, that whole lifestyle is based in pederasty, Hamp. But you know what I'm saying, we can't say that. Shout out to my man Chronicles. The same sex thing, which is like a Greek based philosophy, to where you would have the the man train this child or whatever, a young boy, but a part of him training the young boy was his companion, for lack of better terms, right? But again, we can't speak against that, no matter how many more times there's been evidence of a very, very high, and that's another thing too, Hamp, that was removed from the DSM manuals, to where there was direct correlation to again, not saying most, but a substantial number of people that identify as alternative lifestyle were taken advantage of as children, boys and girls.
yeah, will you also share the link that I just put on there, because there is a push. I don't again, I would hope
Yeah.
that it does. Go
What
ahead.
do, what do you think about, because Arnold was kind of slightly pushing back at, pause for some of the things that were mentioned regarding either party and complicit nature from either party, the conservatives versus the liberals, or the
Tears.
GOP versus the whatever the Democrat thing is.
No, if you're a predator, you're a predator. I don't like I don't even believe in this we're gaming. Fuck that. Like if you touch kids, I don't care what your political thing, like I don't care about that. I don't give a damn about that. Don't touch children. Period. Male, woman, black, white. Don't fucking violate innocent babies. Don't pollute them. Don't take away their innocence. Damn about no politics. It's not political. And that's the thing. It's like we be getting caught off on the wrong bullshit. I'm saying if you see that there's a push to try to lower age, then they're literally trying to legally be able to touch younger people. Like this is a goddamn thing, and ain't nobody black, no black man is literally putting this out there. Ain't no black people in the States rethinking the age of marriage. The fuck? We don't do that.
So, Tiff, what is this article?
So if you look, they're talking about legislation and where they're trying to get to lower the ages low as 15. They went and it pushed all the way through, but I guess in Idaho, the reason why I stopped was they were saying it went too far. But the justification of why, if you go down, it talks about the stats that show waiting to be married. They're trying to say the younger you get married, then the better the marriage is, which that's not true either. It's just my point in showing this is it's not even, it's so high that they rather change the law than to not abuse children. You'd rather make it legal, awful but lawful. Oh well, it's not bad. I can do it. It's like having a slave. Slavery's, that's, it's not illegal. Why would I feel bad about owning another person? Like, this is them. Why are we shocked? They legalize horrible behavior.
And Ham, it says right here, I'm seeing, pull it back up just real quick.
Okay, 1 second.
Just keep it right where it's at. In 38 states, minors are as young as 16. 15 in Kansas can be married. What are you talking about being changed when it's told you? It just told you. It says the first thing at the top where it's cut off at. In 38 states, it is already legal for minors as young as 16. 15 in Kansas can be married. So what are we talking about here? You're talking about it's already a state to where it is that low.
There are all, and if you want, it's how many states did you say? So would not the push be across the board? Because there are laws that start off in states and then we pick them up federally. So in the states where it's already okay, let's just say, well, it's okay here. That, again, awful but lawful. There's no person at 16 that should be getting married. Again, I am not talking about politics. Are you saying you feel as a father that could your daughter got married at 16 and been a good wife?
Okay, so I'm not going to personalize this, right? So this is what I'm going to say. And this is where I really hate having these conversations because you usually lose no matter what, but fuck it, we're here, right? So the thing is, hold on, you cut me off. You asked me a question.
Because we need to stop before we progress. I'm telling you, I don't need to win or lose. I want to have a discussion. So when you're saying this lose,
but I have, for my sake, for my sake of the conversation, I have to give a preface so people don't try to purposely take it out of context, because I'm going to say something that could be seen as controversial because it's concerning underage, whatever, right? So, okay, so you keep cutting me off though, like, so again, right? So the problem that's had with this certain level of morality, right, is if we go back 2 generations to our, well, actually I say like 3, our great grandparents, right? All of our great grandparents, or the majority of our great grandparents, were married, and if not, having children at the age of 15 to 16.
Right.
Would you ever call is Pawpaw a predator?
We had a whole discussion. My grandmother got married at 14 and my grandfather was 19. That shit
Okay,
was,
is he a predator?
That's
is
not
he a predator?
Hell the fuck yes he was.
No, he wasn't. See, that's what I'm talking. So no, he's not. So first and foremost, first and foremost,
I'm still talking. So when you don't want to be interrupted, I get to finish my thought. So
well, that was an interjection more so or whatever. You're supposed to give a quick interjection because I want to finish talking, but go right ahead.
You asked a question.
And you answered it, but go ahead.
I wasn't done. Now, as a family, and this is my great-grandfather, my great-grandmother, when we talk and say, damn, this was nuts. How did they get married at 14? And he waited for her to turn 14. This is when people had 8, 9, 10 kids. We're not going to take the rules that used to be where, yes, everybody was an adult at 16, 17, 18. Everybody was getting married. That is not our standard now. People weren't getting all the way. Like if you went to high school, that was a higher level of education. Our societal rules and norms have changed. So if you're talking about somebody that's 16 and 18 and they get married, fine. But somebody's 15, 16 getting married to a grown ass man, awful but lawful.
That's 19.
Goddamn predator.
That's 19. So literally, if you're, and again, so this is why I say it's crazy when people say these things, because a 15-year-old and 19-year-old relationship could be, and most likely will be, protected under Romeo and Juliet, because if you're that age gap, that's a high school age gap. So now you just said that your grandfather, which wouldn't just include your grandfather, I asked you about yours, I won't say a majority, but a substantial number, because my great grandma was married at 15 too, and started having kids at 15 or 16 too, as a lot of people were. So again, this is why I say the laws are set up the way they're set up for a reason. Okay, it's just that we have changed the social norms and so on and so forth, which I agree with. I don't think that a child is capable of consenting to marriage and relationships and all these and pregnancy and all these different things or whatever. I'm not supporting going back to those things. What I'm saying though is that the law stays with things for a reason. If a child can consent to sex, a child can consent to marriage. That's the only argument I'm making. This is a legal thing, more so the morality is going to be all over the place. And this is a conversation you can never ever win, because if you say anything even in support of the legality of it, even though we know I was in high school, you was in high school, Ham was in high school, Aaron was in high school, we were all in high school. Women, these young ladies were definitely fucking these grown ass niggas, be they 18, be they 19, be they 20, be they college age. Hell, some of them was older than that. Now again, are the men wrong for doing that? Of course they are. But then at what age do they start being wrong? Because Romeo and Juliet laws, I think, cover up to definitely 5, possibly 6 year age gap, depending on how it is what state. So again, is it and that was something that had to be made as a protection, because black boys specifically were being targeted and being railroaded and have their lives ruined, because as soon as they turn on 18 on their birthday and they're an adult and their girlfriend is still 16 or even 17, now the family can weaponize the law against him and get him locked up, and not only locked up, a registered sex offender, and ruin the rest of his life, a la Brian Banks.
I understand that point, and I understand what you're trying to say. I think the bigger thing is, why have we normalized grown men dating high schoolers? There are plenty of people that their boyfriend would come and pick them up. I had a boyfriend when I was 17 or 16 when he was in college. And when I talked to my mom, I'm like, why would you let that shit fly? But again, when your grandparents and parents have these large age gaps, justify it. You're justifying the behavior. Ain't no way no nigga coming to pick my niece up. That shit is foul and it's wrong. Just because it's been normalized, it doesn't make it right. And that's the issue. You normalize things that are not right. So you can laugh, but there's something wrong with that. We don't really talk about the level of a person not being naive. It's not right. And if I could see, you're laughing, and this is why people get abused. Because I'm literally saying this is not appropriate. It's not right. It's not okay.
No. So first and foremost, nobody's normalizing anything.
Oh, you are.
You're just showing how hypocritical. Again, I thank you for volunteering information. Nobody even asked you. You were done talking. Nobody even asked you, but you volunteered the information that you wanted. The same motherfucking females I was talking about. All y'all be out here. You have a whole group of your peers to choose from. You don't want your peers. You want your man to be grown. We heard the young fast ass girls say this. We were all teenagers, so we heard this rap. You had plenty of capable, willing, and able minors your age to deal with. You chose to fuck that grown man. You not no motherfucking victim. You were a willing participant. Don't play this victim shit. And now y'all get older, and now y'all want to look back and talk about how they were predators. And well, you knew he was a fucking predator. Even we told you. Like, hold on. You fucking a nigga in college? You think he taking you serious?
Did you?
He got a car. He got an apartment. He got money. You really think you his girl? Oh, you just dirty macking. You hating. You were all right, Shawty. You got it. Go ahead. Be happy.
So, one, you made the assumption that we were having sex. Two, I said a high school boyfriend. When I realized that it was way more advanced than what I was okay with, it didn't work out. My son's father and I are the same age. So there are things when people or girls try to test boundaries. This is when parents and fathers say, absolutely not. There's no way you gonna date this teenager. So we as a society have to say there should not be a person coming and picking up people from the high school, because what you just said, you can like him, but you got to date people within your age range. So we need to address the behavior and say this is not acceptable. If you want to date in your little teenage years, you gonna date another teenager. If you can't drive and somebody got a license to pick you up, if he ain't in the high school with you, that's not in your pool. That's not somebody that's acceptable. So we can laugh and talk about the things that we did. Again, I told my business because I can say, been there, done that, and I can associate when the advancement is too different, the older person can still take advantage. So there is such a thing as awful but lawful. You didn't hear me say he was a bad person. You didn't hear me say I felt a particular type of way. I am saying there is an issue, even with the face that you're making within our society. We want to normalize bad behavior and then say, well, look, see, well, you're a part of. No, we can say grown men should not literally be able to do this. You can't smoke until a certain age. You can't drink until a certain age because we understand that certain behaviors are not acceptable. If you can't drink till you 21 and that's something you do to yourself, then the push should be we really need to talk about how we're dealing with teenagers and sexuality. But the point of this conversation was to talk about white men and their behavior and what they do. So if you want to take it there, that's fine. If you need a win, that's fine. But I'm saying to you, I am here for a discussion. I ain't got no checkmate. We can go back and forth. I'm not disputing with your information. It's a conversation. And we can have a conversation and say within American society, with where we live, there is something wrong with us wanting people to have access to children.
Who? No one has argued for that or said that. At the end of the day, man, listen, this got political and you were saying stuff that just simply was not true. What it showed, the actual article you showed that it was already in place in 38 states, which that's like 60%, at least 60% of the country, to where it's as young as 16 can what's name, and only one other state was fighting for this. So your narrative or your claim that more states are going to try to ratify it. I'm here in Florida. I've not heard one state legislator or anything talking about the age being of consent for marriage being lowered or the age of consent overall being lowered in the state of Florida. What you're saying is just not accurate. And again, this became political because you found a way to bring 2025 into this. Then we start talking about nursing, and you was wrong on the nursing thing because it has nothing to do with anything, right? But hey, it is what it is.
These are a lot of the jobs that are going to be classified. Also, people have to report abuse. So,
to my understanding, be it job or not, if you're an adult, any adult, as in the thing that I just saw, right? Any adult that is aware of a child being abused by another adult sexually is a first reporter. Every adult, if you are found to know that a child is being sexually abused and you withhold information, you will be you can be prosecuted and you can go to jail. So every adult person over the age of 18 is a fucking first reporter.
how many people are reporting abuse?
How many people are witnessing abuse?
Are you saying you believe that all of the things that we see that there are no adults that didn't know? Like, are you saying that the predators are so good, only that child and the predator know? Like they're not other people.
I am telling you that if my child comes to me and tells me that, hey, dad, this person did something to me sexually, I'm going to fucking report it. And I don't know I think 99% of parents would fucking do the same thing. Okay, once it's brought to my attention. What we're talking about is ongoing situations where, I don't know, Hannah, did you just share some shit, or maybe it's somebody looked up, right? So it was this case to where these two girls were being sex trafficked, and they escaped from the hotel room and went to the front lobby, and they asked the man to call 911, and he refused. So when he refused, they ran out and they ran into a cop, and they reported to a cop. As soon as they found out that he did not call 911 as they requested, his ass is locked the fuck up. He not no nurse. He not no nurse. He not no teacher. So as I said, every adult is responsible and held to the standard of being a fucking first reporter when it's brought to your attention that a child is being sexually violated.
If that were true, and what should be and what should happen and what does happen, I don't think that that's convert. I think that yes, you should have to report. I don't think that a lot of adults report abuse. I think there are a lot of adults that are complicit. I do. I fundamentally believe it.
So hold on. When you say a lot, what we say? Because now you got to be, because you got to be. Are you saying a lot as in the majority, or are you saying what's a lot? You got to give us a percentage on that, because again, if that was the case, how are these things getting reported in the first place?
I believe that I think there are a lot of people that are aware when like there's family abuse, when children are being molested. There are people that know and they don't report. I just believe that that is part of the reason why this continues to be an issue, where you can tell. I mean, you can make a face, but if we maybe could pull up the facts, or if there's some type of study, I think a lot of people are aware of abuse and they just kind of turned a blind eye.
Well, no. Again, saying that a person suspects something or saying that knowing is two different things. So I'm gonna say this again. Whenever it is revealed or a child says to you that something is going on, right, and they're making a claim that they're being assaulted or they're being sexually violated, it is your job, your legal responsibility to report it. If you do not, you can be held liable, responsible, and legally charged for doing so.
And all those things, and you can say it if you want to, but there are too many people that have been abused that every people knew within their family somebody was being violated. The mom knew, grandma knew, nobody said anything. There's a whole hush hush culture within Black America. And again, I don't want to bring us into it. So let's take us out and just say, again, using the bringing up what we were talking about, like the Roman Catholic thing. Like there are people that knew that those boys were being touched. It was dismissed.
Hold on, Tiff. My bad. I was trying to organize a couple things, but the implication was just brought in, and that's often said about the sweeping under the rug in our community. We were illustrating a point based on arrests and how many times white people get arrested for these type of things. But now what you just said, and you kind of tried to rescind it, but it was said already.
I think
Women, children should be protected. Race, color, creed don't matter. If I'm at a park, and I swear to God on my children, if a kid is being accosted at a park, right, where something looks off to me, I'm going to address it, and I don't care what nationality or race that kid is.
For sure.
You see?
Uh-huh.
So what were you about to say about how we handle this type of abuse in our community?
I think again in public, and you see a kid that's not even associated with you.
No. What were you about to say?
I am saying
You said you didn't want to bring us into it. What you mean? Because I don't know why you said you let a nigga pick you up that was in college. So now we're looking at something that goes directly into the issue that we trying to mine through and mine out.
And what did I say? Even now, my niece is 16. We talk about, like, our family is very open to the point to where now we talk about things that were normalized. Like I've asked my mom, why were you cool with this? And she's like, well, it wasn't that big of a, it was like a la-di-da type of answer. It wasn't, and I've literally now, my niece is 16. Ain't no nigga driving no car that's in college coming to pick that girl up. It's not allowed. Hell the fuck no. Because we can call out our bad behaviors and we can adjust. Just because something was normalized in the past, especially if I have my own individual experience, I can talk to my niece and say, I get it. I understand, yes, this person is nice and you think that this is your friend and you think that y'all get along. But this person is way more advanced than you. You're in high school. This person is in college. The level of freedom is different. We can have these discussions. So instead of us saying, well, we knew, yeah, but we also need to say the shit was not right.
Okay, but you're not, again, you're framing this like this is a 19-year-old that with something that would be covered under the Romeo and Juliet, and people would see as well. Hold on, you were done talking. You were definitely done talking. You were definitely done talking. I let it be like 15 seconds of silence. Okay. So now again, we're back into the thing of where we're going to classify a 19-year-old young man as a predator for dealing with a 16-year-old. You think that's reasonable?
Did I call him a predator? Or did I say
yes?
I said the adults in the situation. I literally said the adults. And I am talking about the adults, the parents that let it slide. I said he wasn't a bad guy. I said I did not have a bad experience. I said he was more advanced. So if you want to take it to the predator, I didn't say that. I said I addressed my mother.
Tiff. Oh. And this is the thing about these conversations. Like, we gotta hear the verbiage, right? If we're looking at age dynamics, right, which was pointed out about the Project 2025 when we initially started going down this road, it doesn't matter about how good or bad you were treated, right? Because we're scrutinizing the age discrepancies between the people. So it's no justification to not call him a predator because he treated you nice, right? Because we're scrutinizing age, and that's the problem.
That is not. I didn't call him a predator, and that's the thing. I'm not going to let my word.
No. Here's what I'm saying: the boy who was in college, right? Just to make your logic consistent, regardless of how he treated you, with the age discrepancy, if you're calling a 16-year-old naive, right, is predatory. There's no way around it. You don't get to be subjective because he treated you nice.
Okay, so what did I just say? Did you not hear me say?
Are you saying, right, the boy that you was dating when you was 16 and he was in college, is he a predator in hindsight?
Yes, predatory life.
No, and that's the problem, right? If we want to protect these girls, like we saying we want to protect them, we don't get to pick and choose who took advantage of who.
As a predator, yes, and yes, my parent, because my father was not with the fuck shit. My parent was okay in justifying it. I literally said, I don't. Instead of like sensationalism, and we talked about the Romeo and the Juliet, I am talking about within our culture, the things that we've normalized, we can say this is something we don't need to do. Instead of, I don't even feel attacked. I'm saying, yes, within our culture, we are very silent if it's an abuser in the family that's touching kids. There is an issue there. I can say yes within. Go ahead.
And that's why I have to vehemently disagree with you. Again, no, I've heard too many stories and I've seen too many, and this is anecdotal, of course. And you can't refute the actual reporting, because again, there's not zero data on Black people's involvement with child violation. There's numbers there. It's just there's a big discrepancy in the numbers. I don't think that it's due to a lack of non-reporting. I think it's the very opposite of what you're saying, is where that shit is not tolerated in the Black community, and that if the community finds out, vigilante justice will be imparted. You
Well,
can't hang around. You even well, I don't want to. Even on this platform, I say there's standards, right? There are fucking standards. Shout out to HAMP that are set as to where if you are proven to be in violation of certain things, you cannot be on this platform. You cannot be on this platform. So again, that's something that I think is, and I'm not being malicious in this, Tiff. I'm not even trying to argue with you. This is your opinion, right? But I think your opinion may be biased due to your past and things that you have. This is not a shot. This is not a dig. I'm not throwing this in your face. I'm not doing any of these things. You may have a different skewed lens of it because of some of the things that unfortunately you have happened in the past to you. You've been victim to, but the numbers and what I know about if niggas know you out here touching kids, it just don't line up, Tiff. No, I can't. I refuse as a man. I know Hemp refuses as a man. I know Aaron refuses as a man, even when I wasn't a father. But even more so as fathers of niggas that's fucking with kids, how can I let him be around me? I can't let him make it. He know not to even be in my presence.
Yeah, he'll have a long road to travel with me, boy.
Yeah, so that's that's all I'm saying, Tiffany. Again, it's not a dig or so on and so forth. You do have a right to your opinion, but saying that culturally we don't, we slide shit under the rug. Now maybe generations ago, possibly back in Paw them days and Big Mama days, possibly then I agree with you wholeheartedly. We all have heard those stories, but now recently, hell no, niggas not letting shit slide like that.
Yeah, and that's why I said culturally. I said my parent was a boomer. My great grandmother and grandfather that got married, she's 14, he's 19. It was 2 generations ago, but there was lingering. So we can talk about the things that happened and say what was appropriate then is not appropriate now, which is, what did I say? At my niece is 16, ain't no nigga coming to pick her up, because we understand now that it's not appropriate behavior. That's literally the whole conversation for us. Even within our culture, we have identified, no, this is not okay. We're not going to allow it. Full stop. Culturally, we do not like children being able to be abused by adults.
Yo, you know what's real? Nobody ain't making these differentiations and trying to be like, hey, well, this is the, So, people don't know a lot about Connecticut, right? So there's a jail in Brooklyn, Connecticut. And most of the offenders there have like sexual crimes. They separate them out from gym pop. Because when you come to big boy prison, whether it's Northern, Big Cheshire, Niantic, you getting boomed in there. That's what's gonna happen. Like once the people find out your jacket. So it just, and nobody's gonna say, "Oh, she was 60." Nobody trying to hear that. No, nobody care about that. So the reason why I was scrutinizing it, Tiff, is because and I just think that you just gotta just kind of listen to what you're saying while you're saying it. When you say, it was cool because he was cool, but everything cool until it ain't, right? And because of the legalities was being discussed. But when we start having conversations about adolescence and how we acknowledge that adolescence is a fairly new construct, in terms of ages and when people can get married and such. So now that we have adolescence in play, Romeo and Juliet even can be skewed, because it's very subjective depending on what judge you go in front of. Because adolescence is a thing. So we just have to say no to it, because you're gonna get prosecuted as though you did, whether it's statutory or not. They still put the word rape behind it.
Right, and I can agree to that, and it's one of the things to where we culturally are going to have to shift and just say we don't care. And yet, in the back in the day, it was all right. That's not what we are anymore. We do understand, like you said, adolescence is longer. We don't even consider people like what the male brain and most people's brain is fully developed at 25. And there is a difference. Like these people were 14 and 19, but they were married people. Like we're not talking about the same societal norms, and we have to be okay with that. And it's going to change. At no point, I'm not giving pushback at all. And even when you said was he predatory, yeah, I had to take it out my personal and like, yeah, in retrospect, yes. Was it acceptable then? Yeah. Should it be? Should it have been accepted? No. Two things can be true.
What's the two things?
Yes, in today's terms, he was predatory.
It's predatory then, right?
Yeah.
Based on the law.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that though. I don't agree with a 19-year-old to 16-year-old relationship being predatory.
How was he?
She said 16, 19 and 16. I don't agree with that premise.
I thought you said he was in college.
He was. He was a
Regardless, don't matter. Of course, he's college age.
I was 16 and he was 19. Like I was in high school and he had graduated and was in college. And that's the thing, he was a semester. So when we say stuff like that, and that's what the whole back and forth, I wish that we would be able to say like we have to have nuanced conversations. Even in the sense of if you're 19 and picking up a high schooler is different than if you are R. Kelly across the street at the
Let me tell you something. This is not how none of this shit works. So when we talk about young men and then make them young black men, what is your advice to them? When your son is 19, he goes off to college and he want to mess with a girl that's in the 10th grade, because that's what that is. 10th grade going on 11th grade. What do you tell him?
You date somebody in college. She's too young for you.
Because what's going to happen is, right, he can be characterized as such, right? All you need is somebody to say the wrong thing.
I agree.
Or to accuse you of a thing. And then when you get arrested for things like that, it's very difficult to get that jacket off you, even though you know you're innocent until proven guilty.
Hemp, I agree. I mean, it's one of the things where it's like, again, we're processing and changing and making new norms, but yeah, I don't want you to do anything that could potentially get you in trouble. So maybe you in college, you date college people. You in high school, you date high school people. I really don't think people need to be dating really before you graduate. Like we got a boyfriend, girlfriend, but anything that's intimate is inappropriate.
So what if he's 20 and she's 16?
That's a no.
Like, Mr. Fantastic, I just don't know how it works, right?
But that's what I'm saying. And that's the argument. It's a legal and a moral argument to where we're having it. And this is why I say we have to look at this on both sides of it. The Romeo and Juliet law was made for protective purposes because too many boys were getting caught up with pre-existing relationships. I turned 18 in high school. My birthday late, right? So do I automatically become a predator at the age of 18 because legally I'm 18 and I've been dating this girl that was, let's say she was a like you said, a sophomore. So she's 16 or she's 15, right? She's 15. I'm 17. The day I turn 18, we still together. I get seen out with her. I get pulled over in the car. Now I got to go to jail and fight. You know what I mean? Predator charges and statutory and be a sex offender for the rest of my life. That's just wild to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, some slow niggas is 19 still in high school. That's another thing for another day.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean?
Yeah, a nigga named Johnny I went to school with. He was like, damn, man, Johnny strong as shit. Johnny old as shit. After I graduated, right, and I seen Johnny, we was playing flag football. Johnny, I was treating Johnny like a fucking hula hoop, nigga. Like, no wonder Johnny was so good. Cause I'm 15 and he 19.
Yeah, Johnny grown as a motherfucker.
Yeah, like you said, it's a very you gotta go slow with the shit. You know what I'm saying? It just when we're talking about recommendations and how people are prosecuted, it's just tough to, make sense of it. Even though they do put Romeo and Juliet laws in place, because there's things. Then they charge people as a minor, charge people. Charge people as
Yeah,
a.
exactly. And
It's
that's
so
and that's
much.
what I'm saying. So that's
Yeah.
just what I'm saying. I think it's just safer to talk about the clear cut adult to child shit to where there's no, come on, no parity, no disparity, anything. If you're past college age or whatever, if you're past the 4-year age gap and so on and so forth, unacceptable across the board. Legal that way, if you match legal and moral together, you can never be wrong, right? I mean, of course, you can always have your own personal opinion, but I don't feel like a 5-year age gap for a minor is reasonable, right? I don't feel like anything over that is reasonable because there's no way that you can have a pre-existing relationship to when you were still both adolescents. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm just saying that aspect of it. But going back to the original topic, right? There's an overrepresentation of non-black people, okay, white people. And damn, he on the call. I just looked it up. Help me out, people. It was a case back in the day to where this dude had raped and killed a girl, and he tried to blame the black man, and even the Klan said, "Hell no, this nigga didn't do it." So I think in America, man, there's always even been this thing as to where nobody likes child predators. Nobody does. And the fucking ADL came out and put a fucking statement trying to clear this man's name when he clearly fucking did it.
I think in mass, which is seeing fantastic, because people don't want to see children be abused. I do think that sometimes there's some silence, and that's how people are able to continue to victimize people. I think we would like to believe that we would report when horrible things happen. I'm just saying, in certain cultures, I see things, but not us. We like it's something weird.
Yo,
Because
question for y'all, Tiff, on that. If your kid catch a body, you turning them in?
Yes.
Mr. Fantastic. If your kid
Ask the
catch a
question
body,
again.
if your kid catch a body, you turning them in?
If he catch a body in my term, yeah, I'm turning his ass in.
Yeah.
10,000%.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a street body. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
It's a shootout. They got issues.
I don't know.
Catch a body.
I don't know.
I don't know. Because when we make these, Aaron, you hear it all the time, right? About the we all know somebody who done some shit in our families, but we don't report it. And I'm like, what ideology is that? But if my son catch a street body, the police got to do their job. I ain't doing their job.
I don't know, man. I get
You
like
see
I
what
said,
I'm saying? Because we got
I
this allegation in the air all the time about people not saying nothing.
No, but my look of it is this, right? So you gonna be on the run, and nobody stays on the run for forever. Every nigga that's been on the run been caught. Even the nigga that was the hide and seek champion of all time ended up getting caught. The Louisiana nigga, right? The Louisiana nigga. He was somewhere in a motherfucking Kroger with a wig on, allegedly, right? This nigga had a whole bunch of where they really caught him. He was living in somebody's closet in like a fucking crawl space or something. And the nigga had mad female wigs. This nigga was, but for whatever reason he chose Atlanta, right? So my thing is, bro, especially if it's that, you shot at me, I shot at you, so on and so forth, la la la. Hey, bro, take the shit to trial or take the plea or whatever, get it over with, because you just running, bro. It's like it's inevitable.
Yeah, it's hard to run. Yeah, niggas.
You don't get caught.
Shit, man. Police gotta, Tiff, you gotta be right 365 days. They only gotta be right one. Shit.
You right, but it's like I think I would be. I get what you're saying, but even if it was an accident, like we go down, turn and have a conversation, but to try to hide it, like that makes you complicit. It's like the way we were raised is it like if you'll lie, you'll steal, if you steal, you'll kill. And it was just like a progression of allowing behavior that isn't unacceptable. If it was an accident, it was an accident. We need to talk about it. If you did something intentionally to take another life out, I can love you and still say this is not acceptable. We don't kill people. That's again like when we excuse things and we wonder why our society is the way it is. The shit is not excusable. Even you as my son is wrong. That's wrong.
Mm. Yeah, it's like a there's a few things I can catch a body for though.
Well, for sure. I'm gonna catch one if you do something to anybody in my family, but then I'm gonna go sit knowing what I did was wrong. You fucked with mine. You were wrong. This is the type of justice that I want to serve, and these are the repercussions. I got to sit down now. That's a choice. I'm not making an excuse. I made a choice to take the law into my own hands, and legally, this is what I have to be held accountable for.
The predators got to be called out, man.
You got to call them out.
I look at my daughter's Aaron, I'm like, and you look at that case with that white dude with the baby, how old she was, 4?
3.
3.
3. Yeah, 3. Mm-hmm.
My daughter's just turned 4, man. Like,
how much time did they give Kane? Hamp? 4 years, 3 years? Let me see.
For that?
Huh?
He went to jail, right? How much time did he get?
That's what I'm trying to see. I think he only got like 4 years or 5 years.
4.
Who?
Kane Velasquez.
Oh, I think he got like 3 or 4 years.
He got 5 years. Reduced. Hold on. So, sentence details: the 5-year prison sentence was reduced by 1,283 days. The time he has already spent in custody. The incident. So, when is he supposed to get out? Let me see release date.
Did he end up catching the body, or he just?
No. He shot at him. I think he shot the dude and he broke his leg or something, but he didn't kill him. He was trying to.
Yeah. What else do you do, man? Remember the 3 brothers that I think it was the mom's boyfriend or something raped their sister and they killed him.
Yep.
What else do you? I mean, that's the only course of action.
Yeah, that's the only thing for that. Again, I that's never forgivable, Hamp. And that's back in the day, you know what I mean? We looking at not even just biblical principle, but cultural principle. If a man did something forcefully to the woman in your family, it was up to those men to, you know what I'm saying, protect her honor and get that shit back in blood.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Now, again, we're not promoting this, of course. No vigilanteism is being supported here. We're just speaking hypothetically. As if I was in that position, bro. You feel me?
Yeah. No, real shit. That shit crazy. Like, and it's just amazing. We've been talking about these stats for so long, and we've been ignoring rape, pedophilia, molestation.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when you pulled it up and we looked at how high theirs was, and it was like, wait, what?
80% of the arrests for 28% of the population.
I mean, it's just not, that's not what we do. It's not, it's so, even look at y'all's response to it. Like, It in mass, it just I don't know why. I have my suspicion, but I'm just like every time somebody starts talking about criminal stats and black people this and black people that, I throw it right back to look at what y'all doing. Look at how y'all moving. Address like sweep around your own front door. It's very easy to point outside and make the blacks the face of no, we're not the face of crime. That's y'all. This is what y'all do, and y'all do it real well to the point to where you don't even associate criminality with yourself as a ethnic. He's a one-off, the lone gunman, the range person, the mental illness. It's an issue for that one person. But for anything we do, the blacks, you don't get to conglomerate everybody else. The Afghans can't come in here because he shot 2 people. Stop all of immigration. Well, damn, y'all gonna put all the guns away because the mass murderers, people going in shooting in mass. What y'all gonna do about that?
Shout out to Hamp for uncovering the cloak and dagger tactic when it comes to the categorization of these things. How it's not categorized as violent when it is was a clear affront to one's physique and psyche.
Mm-hmm.
But just in the separation of category like that allows 2 different paths to open up. One that you can essentially hide your own footsteps, and the other one you can make the footsteps aim at wherever you want them to aim,
Mm-hmm.
whether they're yours or not.
Mm-hmm. That anytime somebody say, "What about black on black crime?" What about white on white crime? What about Asian on Asian crime? Because most people live in silos. Crime is in proximity. Like, stop giving us that goddamn jacket because that's not us. I
Nah,
just go ahead. I'm sorry.
that's what I'm saying. I think again, the difficult part is actually having the conversation and keeping the conversation here. Shout out to Hamp for saying that all the time. We talking about white people, stay on white people, right? But we talking about us, stay on us. So the cop out whenever we go to the thing, well, white people do it too, or so on and so do it too. Here today, like of course Hamp showed his 2 examples were black people. So he's even, we're even being even with this situation. We're not acting like there aren't, black men that are predators too, of course, or black people, not just men. And that's another thing too. We ain't even showed the women, bro. I don't know if y'all are keeping up with this, but there's a new white woman every fucking month molesting the kids somewhere. They out here running trains on the students and shit. Letting the students run trains on them, right? So again, on both sides of the coin with this, with them, and these women are married. These are women with husbands and shit. One case, it was either earlier this year or late last year. Her husband was a cop, and like a dummy, he stayed with her or whatever. He said he was gonna fully support her, right? So when we had this conversation, I think all of us have a duty at this point. If you hear black fatigue, hey, well, let's talk about predator fatigue. And when you mean predator fatigue, that's white people. You feel me? You can't talk about black fatigue and black criminality when, again, the parity and criminality of, shootings and all these different things and so on and so forth is extremely close. When we look at the most vile of crimes, it's fucking 5-6 times more occurrences on the white side than it is the black side.
I agree. I think even with staying on topic, and I own that I took us off, that we were there, we got back there, but we really got to stick to, the gaslighting for generations has been real. From Birth of a Nation being the first movie shown into the White House, till now, the propaganda against black people when they are the number one, we have to shine a light on the behavior and call out the hypocrisy. Because first you got to admit that you're the biggest criminals. And the criminal justice system clearly is not working because more y'all need to be locked up. for the egregious things that you do?
A lot of things we normalize too.
Yeah.
You know, when there's a little boy who the ladies think is handsome, they say, "You're gonna have all the girlfriends."
Mm.
Um
You're gonna be a
us,
heartbreaker.
us thinking it's a badge of honor that we smashed the teacher as a kid, or the babysitter and all that. You know, but this is kind of what Mr. Fantastic was alluding to about that experience. What are the residual effects?
Mm-hmm.
The over sexualizing of these children, regardless of gender. What does that do as they grow up?
Mm-hmm.
So it just. Hmm.
Yeah, to speak to that, right? I even remember, bro, like I said, when we was kids, right? Everybody's pants fit the same. You know what I'm saying? And one of this tapered shit or whatever, for real, whatever, the skin tight shit for the girls. And even when the girls started being able to wear those things, it was more so like, either their last year of middle school or high school, to where they could wear clothes that were more form fitting, right? Bro, I remember when I started looking for clothes for my daughter, right? And I was like, yo, why all of these fucking pants is like tight material? Everything is like, you feel me? To where it conforms to the thing. And I had an argument with people about, hey man, why y'all letting these little girls wear tights as pants? Oh, what you mean? What the fuck you mean? What I mean? There's no reason. It's like stockings. Y'all, it's something that's pretty much like a glorified stocking. Will you just wear stockings with no skirt, with no shorts, with no whatever? So why are we letting the little girls just wear tights, nothing over it? You feel me? And then, like I said, they started changing the material in the pants and the way the pants was made. And like, bro, we just literally seen this shit happen. And it's just like, if you say something about it as a man, now you're shouted down. Oh, you sexualize it? No, I'm not sexualizing anything. I'm simply doing what a man and a father is supposed to do and be like, hey, this is not right. So this, what I'm saying, this is problematic. You feel me? But again, society fucking, tries to beat you down and tell you that it's something wrong for you for calling out the clear problem and issue.
Yeah, not real shit. I police what they wear.
And
You know, my daughter's have an abundance of like tutus because they have like the legging shorts or whatever, or the leggings, right?
Mhm.
But they wear tutus, they wear dresses overwhelmingly, because that's it. Just like we so casual, Mr. Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Like we just everything is cool. I seen this meme. It said men don't even get excited for lingerie anymore. That's so cringe or some shit. And a dude commented and said, "That's because y'all wear that shit to Top Golf."
Mhm.
Yeah, I said I commented on the same joint. I don't know what platform, and I said, hell, y'all wear that shit to motherfucking christenings and funerals. Now y'all wear all the fucking lingerie shit to church. So what the fuck I'm gonna get excited for this shit for? Like, what the fuck? It's like the one where Buddy said, hey man, we have to used to be on the phone talking for hours and hours and all this other shit and and do all this shit to get pictures like this back when we was young. And the girl said, oh, you just won that nigga. Then he hit her with the, well, I guess we all that nigga now. You feel me? That's what I'm saying, man. Again, but Hamp, like I said, us people don't even understand. You know how bad shit gotta be, Hamp, for niggas to be like, you know what, man? Damn, put some clothes on, shorty. Like niggas is like, and I think it's more so us than like the younger generation. To them, it's not even anything. Of course, we the almost old niggas complaining now because it's just like, damn, baby. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like opening that Christmas gift or birthday present. You don't know what it is. It's the element of surprise, right? It's something to it. Bitch, I done seen your whole uterus before I even get you to the bedroom. You ruining the surprise. Goddamn.
And I think y'all all have points. And I know the last time me and Dr. G, we're talking about like the way we were raised, that like if you showed cleavage, you didn't show your legs, or if you showed your legs, you didn't show cleavage. I think there's a for us culturally, we've got to dial all the way back in because it's just too much. Like the Lululemon pants, if you're not going to yoga, then they shouldn't be out in public. The shorts, if you bend over and the crack of your bottom is coming out, they're entirely too short. We don't have to have an aesthetic that is overly sexualized. We don't have to accept that. And we need to call out when people are doing that because you are, it's just, one, it's uncouth, but two, it's a low lowering of who we are. And we definitely got to show up and not for the approval of others, but for the self respect of us. That when you got grown men saying like there's no mysticy, and it you know that it's a mind frame. Because if I'm watching YouTube and another panel comes up and I see cleavage, it's like I'm like, girl, cover up. But the first thing I was like, well, I can't show my shoulders. Well, because you understand that there's certain things that only your husband should see, and part of that might be cleavage or shoulders, and it's when you realize that it's out of pocket and then you see it in other people's behavior, then you see it. It's just something that it's a standard that we have to set for more people. Like when we go on other panels, like, hey, do you mind asking when I come on here, can this be, addressed? It goes what Mr. Aaron used to say, we're too casual with each other. We're too casual in our language. We're too casual when we talk. We're too casual in our dress. We are we're overly relaxed, and it's affecting us.
Yes. I'll be so the old takes that
Yeah.
people say.
Yeah.
The old take is this one. It says, you could be wearing MC Hammer pants and he still.
Yeah.
You could be dressed like a nun and it could still happen.
Right.
We obviously understand that, right? And we were talking about children in the first place, right?
Right.
That's the thing. Like, Mr. Fantastic brought up like the leggings and the biker shorts for the young girls,
Mm-hmm.
Put a dress on that young girl, and that's what those leggings go under, right? That makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
So my daughters wear a lot of dresses and skirts, but they have the leggings because it has the clean look with the dress on or the tutu. They kids, so they be running around, they be boxing all types of shit. They be falling and carrying on, so they got their leggings on.
I was gonna say that's the purpose of the leggings, but they supposed to pop right up, make sure that dress is down right away.
It just
It don't matter.
And here's the thing, you control what you can control,
Right.
It's just foolish to think that we think that stops any and all predators.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No one believes if you're wearing a 3-piece woman suit that there's no way you can be violated. We understand that, but at the same time, a lot of y'all ain't did no reading. You don't understand that there are certain things that are subconscious sexual cues for a man, right? Same thing go for women, right? And not making an excuse. A predator is a predator at the end of the day. A predator is going whatever. You can have on a fucking armor suit from the night days, okay, from medieval times, motherfucking armor suit, and if he can motherfucking snatch it off you and be a pussy crook, he gonna do it. We understand that, but at the same time, if a man is just scanning the room and so on and so forth, and the woman is scantily clad and she don't got clothes on and all these other things, so on and so forth, you bring attention to yourself, and this is where we fuck up because we don't want to have the difficult conversations. The woman that is covered up, right, is going to have a whole lot less attention than the woman that's not. Everybody notices the girl that's got her fucking titties showing in the see-through shirt, and you know you ain't got no fucking panties on because the garment is see-through, and she ain't got on no panty line, no thong, nothing. So everybody notices her, and she's putting herself in an unnecessary line of danger by giving that type of strictly sexual attention to herself. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying that it's okay for a man to do anything to her because of her wardrobe. I am not saying it's okay for a man to touch a woman, to sexually violate a woman, to do anything against her will. But the woman, we have to have this conversation if we want to change the thing to make it understandable that if you're a woman and you put on things to where you're extremely revealing, again, shout out to Hamp, he understands this. This is principled by many cultures, by a lot of concepts and precepts. Okay, understanding that the woman's body subconsciously does something to a man and makes him think in a certain way. That him thinking that way does not give him the right, though, to force himself upon her.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and obviously, and that's the thing. It's very important to understand the context of a conversation. Even like when was just mentioned, like the female teachers, right? So we know predators are gonna do what they're gonna do. It just control what you can control, and
Right.
modesty goes beyond beyond the attention you get.
Right.
Like Mr. Fantastic was saying, you know, for the so-called 90% of us who claim we Christian, we somehow ignore adorn yourself in modest apparel.
No, I mean, again, I think when we're talking about just certain things, knowing that there are predators out there, it's not an attempt of trying to control and police, but to reduce or keep yourself safe. There are certain things that are appropriate in certain places with certain people and things. And I think, again, because our society has gotten so casual, like before you used to dress up to go to the airport. Now you see people in house shoes and sliding around. It's a thing to where we need to just tighten up. And I'm not worried about everybody else. I'm worried about us. Women controlling the controllable, and then also men controlling the controllable. Because we do actually have to ask that both parties control themselves and act appropriately. I think we have to just be honest and just say it is a lack of discipline that's all the way around, needs to be addressed. But a child predator is something completely different. That's a monster. That is a monster. And to me, I'm like, how to get 5 years for violating a 3-year-old? Like that, the laws need to be changed. Because what the hell? Like, it was for real. Fantastic. He really only got 5 years for that. Like they couldn't charge him with nothing else.
Oh,
You said the dude that got the 5 years for violating a 3-year-old.
No. The dude that got the what's name, he had a life sentence in the prison. The inmates did their job. He's no longer with us.
He's out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, but the 5 year was a father that was trying to chase down the man that accosted his son. And unfortunately, I think if I remember right, I think the judge was damn near in tears when he said he had to do it because it was a legal thing. He said morally, you did everything that a father's supposed to do for the child, but unfortunately, legally, you violated this, and this. So you know what I'm saying? He had sentenced him to the 5 years.
Right.
He'll be eligible for parole next year. They say March of next year, and that, more likely than not, the parole board is going to let him out, man.
Right, and I guess that's because they don't want to create vigilantes.
Yeah, you have vigilante Israel.
Yeah, they can't let it go unpunished.
Right.
But I saw pictures of Cain Velasquez in jail. It seemed like he doing all right, you know. You know, like in terms of like how he being treated, you know.
Listen, the last motherfucker anybody trying to fuck with is Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez can fight. But you know, you trying to converse about any mitigating factors, you know, but you're not gonna be able to protect them against everything. And I think You know, it's so important to have your families intact and in order,
Right.
because the one person you should be able to trust is the person you're married to regarding your kids.
Facts.
You know, when you have to, and everybody got to work now, but you just hope that you can vet babysitters and you can vet, the daycare, right? You know, and even then, right, it ain't 100% foolproof. Them babysitters and daycare workers got life going on as well. Like that little boy who had autism, and the babysitter or the daycare worker just slammed him down. The little girl who got raped in the field with the little boy and the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so it goes beyond just a person's apparel and appearance. But people, you don't know why people are being targeted.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is, right, speculatively and assume, and based on what people are saying, and you kind of mitigate those factors that you can easily see and control. But ain't nothing foolproof.
Right. And again, I think I just I hate to say it, I'm like, but where are we? Where are we? Where a person is saying you should be modest is like a negative thing. Like it's like you're trying to control me. It's like to me, it's just I find it to be an odd. It just seems like an odd argument at this point. I don't know if you got to get older or I just seems a bit weird.
I think it's rebellion.
Mm.
The need to be revealing.
Mm-hmm.
The unnecessary and unexplained opposition to modesty, to me, only sounds like rebellion. Now, if I'm wrong, I'd like to know the real answer, but that's all I can come up with. Pure and utter rebellion.
And let me just say this. I know him just said it. I know Fantastic just said it. No one is saying a woman that's dressed a particular way should be violated. Like the comments, and we are supposed to read the chat, but can we please have a nuanced conversation and have a conversation and say, yes, you have the freedom to dress how you want to, but with that dress, you're going to get a set of eyes that you may not want looking at you. If you are okay with that, then you also need to understand. So nobody's trying to police anybody. Nobody's trying to blame women. That is not what is happening. What's being said is children are absolutely innocent. It is absolutely nothing that a child can do. But as adults and those of us that's got teenagers in our lives, we have to understand that there are predators amongst them. So don't send your children out there looking like fucking prey. Like I'm at a point to where I'm exhausted of trying to be politically correct, and I'm also tired of people that are being absolutely fucking obtuse. So if you are that obtuse or you need to put a comment, you might need to check yourself, because the suggestions that are coming from grown ass men that are saying don't dress your children like that, grown ass men that are literally saying cover up some. If you know better than three grown ass men, all right, sis, you got it. That's where I am with a lot of you women. You got it. You know more than three grown ass men that all have daughters and all are either married or have had kids. Bet. You know more. You know more. The fuck? Some of these comments are stupid. Please letting them in. But that's what's being said. Pay attention. Now, Venus, I love you too. But we can literally say your liberation has a cost.
You know who you talking to, man? Listen, man. Listen again.
Not
a lot
of
this.
Girl, not too much.
Again, man. Listen, man. Again, a lot of this shit is hate for black men, a hate for black male authority and a black male perspective and black male know-how. Again, if anybody was capable of stopping an actual woman being accosted, assaulted, so on and so forth. You got 3 men up here that are more than capable. Most of you motherfuckers in the chat, especially the women, you will be one of the people we have to save. Okay, not wishing that upon you, not hoping or suggesting that it or whatever, any of those things. The fact of the matter that a man, like I said, we're all fathers that can't even tell you that, hey, look, man, just like what the fuck were you doing out at 3, 4 in the morning? Why? Oh, it's just no. The problem that we have is we never hold one side of the fucking situation accountable. What could have been done to prevent this? Are there some cases where a predator is out looking for someone to motherfucking take, and there's nothing that can be absolutely done? Yeah, you're right. But if you're not out at 2 a.m. by yourself under the influence of alcohol, you know what I'm saying, or other things that where you can't pay attention to what's going on around you, that's not victim blaming. It's actually laying the framework for you to not be a victim, for you to prevent yourself and put yourself in predicaments and precarious fucking situations, man. That's all it is. Come on, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
It's just a weird thing. I think people generally understand, you know what I'm saying? I think that the conversation is compartmentalized when it shouldn't be. This is a all-inclusive conversation. So the part about anybody who violates a woman or a child or somebody who's vulnerable needs to be put in the dirt, right? Because there's no excuse for it. And then once we finish the sentence, make sure you protect yourself at all times. And that whatever we believe mitigating factors to be should be applied. You finish the sentence and then everything's included because there's no excuse for anything. But I don't know why people with those mindsets do what they do. But some of the assumptions are things that provoke them. So because we don't understand it, we say, here's what we do just in case this may change any type of that particular situation. You see, you finish the sentence and then everything is in there. But for some reason, we're like parsing it when we just having a conversation about a real thing that we haven't talked about enough. Because nobody's being exonerated. And child predators need to be cut off from the earth because there's no justification for it. But you got to have deterrence.
Not even deterrence. You're saying
Hold on. If me walking with my kids is a deterrent. Me with my gun on my hip is a deterrent. Me having a front, I don't know. And now, Aaron, you made Miss Fitzpatrick. I know you was in the military, so I don't know if you guys agree. But never turn off all the lights in your house. Having that front porch light on, maybe the kitchen light on, is a deterrent. Having a dog is a deterrent. Having your fucking ring light say welcome or something is a deterrent. You see? Little things like that can go a long way. Why do they pick the house they pick? They could be casing it, who knows? Easy target. Easy targets are easy targets. Never be out by yourself. Even us. I don't really be worrying. But even us, when I'm walking to my car with my book bag after I just got done DJing, everybody know I'm the DJ. I got my rounds about me. Know what I'm saying? Like we do these things. And we mitigate all the time. It doesn't stop. You should never stop mitigating if you're trying to protect yourself. Because you only get to die once. Unless you Hindu. I think the motherfuckers come back or some shit like that.
Yeah, reincarnated or some shit. But no, that's real shit. Hey, changing your motherfucking regular door hinge, not the hinge, but your regular door plate to a security plate. That's a major thing. Mm-hmm. That your door, a motherfucker having to kick your door 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? If you don't already have your firearm close nearby, it gives you way more time to get to it versus they just kicking your shit off the hinges the first kick, right? Again, man, this is life shit that we talk about. The presence of a man black men specifically is seen as a nuisance for some reason. That's problematic. The biggest deterrent in life for everything is a man. Okay, if a man has to see another man, okay, that he has to go through versus a woman and a child, path of least resistance is a thing. I keep telling y'all this. Nobody wants to motherfucking fight the strongest, fastest, best motherfucker in the world. If you was trying to start your motherfucking boxing career off and they put you in there with fucking Terrence Crawford, you be like, oh, whoa, bro, what we doing here? Like, nah, man. Now the money right, you gonna choose it. But if you have a plan on making your career a solid career, you're not gonna fight the motherfucking best pound for pound boxer in the world as your first fucking fight ever. You feel me? And he's not even gonna accept it because you feel me. But yeah, man. A lot of these things, bro. Like I said, slowly but surely, these things are changing. The advice, the life experience, the value of black men are going to be shown prevalent, bro, over time because a lot of people without them, are going to be the people that suffer. And again, that's not wishing, hoping, or any of those things like that, so on and so forth. But if you are, I'm around, bro. Like I said, I'm the hardest target of in the group. Okay, now I don't know super duper tough guy shit or so on and so forth. La la la. I'm in Florida. I'm never by myself. If you know what I'm saying. And I'm extremely cognizant of my surroundings. All right, extremely. So you know what I mean. If some shit start popping off, I'm putting myself in the proper positions, cover, or just removing myself. And if somebody's with me, it's the same thing. So
Yeah, man. Shit real, bro. Protect your fucking kids, nigga. And don't listen. To protect your kids. You know what I'm saying? Families, I think the best way to do it, man. You got a mom and dad in that house with that kid, taking care of those kids. The less you have to outsource their care, the better protected they'll be.
I think we have to inform our kids
All
too,
right, though.
the safe touch and the bad touch and what's appropriate and what's not. We have to have conversations about how even children can be manipulated and saying like, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. Like my nieces are not allowed to sit on men's laps. I don't we don't that is it's just a no. There's certain type of hugs, there's certain type of things. It is nothing wrong with literally acknowledging that everybody's not the same and to try to teach your children to try to keep them away from predatory behavior. We have to literally educate kids, and you don't got to go deep into it. You have a level of their understanding, but we don't sit on people's laps. We don't do certain things. You have areas that nobody should be touching, and that should be drilled into their head. It doesn't matter. Like we have to teach people. Children are little people, and they have to have enough information to be informed. And then we also have to do what you're saying, keep our kids as safe as possible because there are predators amongst us. We have to understand that if this is somebody that you trust and you love, that is certain things that you just know. Nobody gets to touch certain spots. Nobody. And if it happens, you tell me immediately. Because kids have to be empowered and trusted. And then when we find out that somebody is a child predator, literally, these are one of the things where I wish you could go back to burning people at the stake, because I don't think you should be allowed to be in prison and eating square meals and having lodging over your head. I think you should die. That it should be zero tolerance. Like certain shit is just not okay. And any adult person that's taking advantage of a child, you need to go. You do not need to go to jail. Get your sentence in. We get the evidence. Burn. We shouldn't be paying to feed you. You should die. Why we paying to feed them? I don't pay, don't feed these niggas.
Interesting, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Right, Shar, what up, my brother with the 10 ounces? Great topic, man. Salute, man. We cooked this thing up together, man. It's a hard topic. It's a tough topic, you know. You're talking about vulnerable people, right? Man, shit just. Aaron with the $2 says, "Hey, what's popping?" It says there was a 16-year-old in my 8th grade class. Aaron with the $2 says, "Be surprised how many don't care about their kids." Mama with the $5 says, "Teen girls choose older instead of boys in school. To be honest, it is really the girl's fault. Teen girls act like they're older and tell lies about their age." Insane with the $5 says, "Tiff, should we lock up, judicially punish young people that illegally date older people? Who do y'all think would be most locked up for doing it?" I mean, the older person would be. You're saying if they were prosecuted equally? I don't know. How do you determine like intent? Who started it? It's. Aaron with the $2 says, "We don't talk about older women pedophiles enough." Sean Brewer with the $5 says, "Tiff, you want to read this, Tiff? You want to respond to this?"
And won't say her bad. This is happening in real time, just like Jasmine Crockett women have no accountability. Damn. I did say that the information is there when Fantastic brought up the stats. I acknowledge the stats.
No, he's talking about the 2025 thing.
When he brought it up, I can be held accountable. We looked at what it said. I was incorrect. And now what? I was incorrect. We got the information. And beyond that, you know what? I misstated. I apologize. That's very easy. And the data was brought up and proven that that's not correct. We also pulled up what it was in the states that had it. It's 34 that are already there. There are 12 that don't do it. We talked about the nuance of times have changed. That being married at 16 was a thing. We all agree now that that's not culturally what we practice. In science, sources, please, everyone cite them from now on. I agree, because we can stop the propaganda. What HAMP brought it up. It says, Google how many states allow first cousin marriages. Who votes on that?
You got to read the name.
Oh, it's at whatever with the $5. Google how many states allow first cousin marriages. Who votes on that? I guess the people within the state. Somebody proposed it and it got passed. What's the next one here?
NTAT with the $5. I clipped the chat GPT part and tagged Fantastic, Aaron, and y'all, and you being it's y'all content. Share the stream too. Gotta hit the road. Y'all be good.
Thank you.
Superstar to Death with the $5 for the gold. Appreciate you. Superstar to Death. I hate this from YouTube.
That's Darius.
Yeah, Darius, exactly. Li, aka 52 in the building with the 50 ball. Appreciate you, brother, man. The children are the most unprotected. They always been the biggest targets since forever. Once they get the woman to feel like they're over, shines in the media for more than missing. What's this? SESED. What's that? Traffic kids. YouTube wouldn't let me spell. Oh, sex traffic kids. Got you. Okay.
Wait, read that.
Salute. Wait, read it again. What'd you say?
Say what?
No, I thought Tiff said read it again.
Read it again?
Understand. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand this point. I know he's talking about children being unprotected, and then what is he saying? The women feel they What I don't understand this overshines the women. What is he saying there?
Well, once they get the women to feel like they are, overshine, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
More,
I don't know what he's trying to say.
I guess he's trying to say women being essayed out is
Oh,
mentioned more than these sex trafficked kids.
okay. Either one, like I don't. This is not a greater than, less than. It's all wrong and it's all inappropriate and gross, and it needs to stop. Like these are one of the conversations. Like it's not a win or a loss. That we're talking about people
It's
being
not.
violent.
It's not a win or a loss, man. It's
Yeah.
this shit is crucial, you know. And I think that what we're pointing out, right, and so the Mr. Fantastic, just in terms of the reason for the show is it's been covert and kind of swept under the rug that they parsed out rape and molestation um, from violent crime. So when we've been talking about violent crime for so long, it's been on the heads of black men mostly about how violent we are, you know. But then when you look at sexual deviant crimes, white men overrepresent dramatically, being 28% of the population, yet causing between 75 and 80% of the sexual deviant crimes, as those things are uberly violent, right? And the residual effects I mean, tragic, you know. I get it. We saw the Philly shootout when the boys was shooting. At the very least, they was shooting at each other. At least it was a mutual beef. If you start shooting at me and I start shooting at you, I can make sense of that. Holding a woman at her will, against her will, taking advantage of a child who don't even know what's happening to him is unforgivable shit. But yet we keep talking about shootings in the hood, quote unquote. When those things you can't take back and that person can't come back from. And those numbers are huge, right? But we always so focus on the per capita argument when the sheer volume of white men in comparison to black men hail in comparison.
Yes.
So you can make a per capita argument all you want, but the sheer volume of them motherfuckers make the per capita argument weak as hell. We talking about what we talking about, and that's what we talking about.
Right.
Ain't nobody trying to say what we do around our way to each other is wrong or right or okay or justified. We saying we need to take a closer look at this because these people can't fucking defend themselves, and that's the key. That's the overarching key and sentiment of this stream.
Because these people are lawmakers and in law enforcement and everything else. These motherfuckers are everywhere. They snakes in the grass. You got to watch out. I'll leave it there. I heard you call my name. I'm going to leave it right there. That's why my ass is the first one off every elevator and the first one on it. And if I can't see through that door, I'm the first one through it. Check left, check right, and then my family come on through.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, man. Listen, at the end of the day, protect the kids. Kids are the future, and you know what I'm saying? Kids that were unfortunately violated in the past can become or more likely to become adults that'll do the same thing to kids in the future. Black men protect ourselves, right? A lot of this rhetoric that's putting out here, it is contrived. If you want to know how hard it is to get a fucking hashtag to operate in 2025, hashtags aren't even a thing anymore. So at this point in time, when you see a hashtag, please understand and know that it's being promoted and pushed by something that's not organic. We have a duty as men to protect the children, the women also. But again, I think it's way too much emphasis in women. This is my challenge to you, where women are always talking about abuse of men and men being this and men being that. When again, there are far more men and women predators of children. There are far too many adult people that are taking advantage of children. And, you know, people are trying to make it about them. When again, at the end of the day, a woman can protect herself in some type of capacity, right? A child can't. So a great topic, man, as usual. That's
Yeah,
all I got.
man. This is great. Let me leave y'all with this, right? Salute to Tiff. I was on U Street about the DJ. I'm standing outside. I got my fringes on. So talking to my buddy, and these two girls walk up, and the girl like, "Oh, are you an Israelite?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got these shorts on or whatever." I didn't even say nothing to her at all. She just said it to me. She's like, "My dad is too," right? So I go to DJ in the club. She comes in the same club. She done changed her clothes. I ain't say a word to her. But something about it, I think I might, say hi because she spoke to me. But something convicted her. Whatever it was. Maybe it was my fringes, maybe the identification or the like I resonated, like, because her dad was an Israelite too. And so she had like a short skirt on. She went and like changed to like something like some jeans or something. And that example stuck because I ain't say nothing to her about what she had on or not. I don't know, it just interests me. But I appreciate most of the people here been listening to the entire conversation. There's been a few who kind of just been talking about what they want to talk about. And those opinions are simply less important if they're ignoring the bulk of the conversation. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. And we out.